Ooh. Oh. Set.
Well, I fucked up.
Wait. Oh shit. Oh god.
Oh
run.
my god,
Run,
he's
John.
getting naked.
Ah.
Now I just have to take my clothes off.
Tyrannosaurus.
Why not Craig, Kung Fu Fenris? I'm confused.
Yeah,
by the
I'm also
question.
confused about the question.
Why Craig?
Hey, Dio, we were just saying that we were mostly all here, but we were missing someone very important.
It's you.
Is you. And everybody else who is here, by the way, which is
Hi,
wonderful.
everyone.
Hi.
Streetline's chatbot is being a butt.
Why? Kill it.
Like, I have to
Don't
keep
actually.
manually refreshing.
Oh, that's
See
annoying.
people's
To see stuff.
chat messages or just who's in chat? Because
Okay, well, it's working now. We'll see.
okay.
We'll see.
Were you maybe scrolled up slightly and
No.
it was being done? I don't know. Oh. Yeah, the chatbot's been a little weird the last few updates.
Ooh, Aragorn with the early test. Nice job.
I've been looking quite a lot on that picture last week.
I bet. So have we. Kung Fu
Glad to
Fenris.
hear it,
many
Kung Fu
lovely
Fenris.
pictures have come out.
Yes,
Welcome to
actually.
a standard evening for me. What?
What?
So,
Yeah.
I just gotta say that I love it when I win that fucking drink counter, because that's when the good shit rolls in.
Mm-hmm.
And we got some good shit rolling in.
Yeah.
I should put you guys more into questionable
Circumstance.
clothing options.
Attire.
Attire more often.
Brom, they said black tie, not black tie only. Oh no. Good thing it's a long one.
Hershey's.
To cover the...
Oh,
Your
we
tie is
know.
supposed to reach the top of your belt buckle. No higher, no lower.
It's very difficult to do in practice, if I may. If I may, it's quite challenging.
It sucks.
Yeah.
But we're good. We're learning.
You learned a lot about body shapes. Well, that's good.
Mhm.
Education.
Yes. Which is a good thing.
Some people are shaped like rocks. Some people are shaped like butterflies.
And some people can't read the signals that a woman on the beach is sending them, and instead offers her to play with his balls and buys her ice cream.
I
Ball
don't,
singular.
yeah,
ball.
I don't think I understand what the... I don't think
Well,
I
I'm glad
understand
that
the
that's
issue
what we
is.
have to look forward to.
Hooray!
Crosshair. Crosshair, you know what's up. Hide the tie under a vest.
Oh no! I thought you weren't. No, I thought you were gonna give it up. Oh,
No, never.
Now Aragorn's so mad again. It's
I
been
will
a
never
whole
let
week
this
and
go.
Aragorn's furious
Never
again.
underestimate
Oh, son of a
Brom's
bitch.
ability to just know everything he needs and still make a different decision than what you would expect.
I really
You can say the wrong
appreciate that you
decision.
said Brom. I really
Good.
appreciate you said
No,
Brom.
not
that's
wrong
good
for me.
performer instincts.
Yes.
It's
Keep 'em
a
guessing.
fucking gold mine for me.
Yeah.
Yes. Performer instinct.
I had way too much research on how clingy babies move.
Quite, I think, is the answer to that question.
Very. Depending on what materials it's made of. But
Mm.
yes, very.
Has the chair throwing calmed down? What do we think?
No,
Aragorn flips
the house has been destroyed
Yeah.
very casually.
so cash.
She's flipped all the chairs in the room and she's trying to decide if she's just going to flip them further or she's going to go find other chairs in another room.
It doesn't fold Kung Fu Fenris, it retracts.
A. Oh. Eh. Oh.
Aw, thanks, Crosshair. We knew that if we died without you being around to witness it, you would never forgive us.
True.
See, now my
So-
first reaction upon reading that was that the Crosshair was congratulating himself,
on not
not
dying.
dying.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I mean that
Yeah,
too.
It's very
exactly.
possible.
That's a lot. Crosshair. 2x speed? I must know. 1.5? I must
Are you
Bad
like
Max-
Mr.
Bad
Badmecking
Max out.
it?
Because that would be good. Oh, that's just the huge.
The bad mech.
Is that a unit of speed now?
That'd be,
bad X.
that would be a good unit
One
of
bad
speed,
X
actually.
speed.
2 to 3.
X.
Perf.
More damn skin.
Appears
Okay.
to drive the arts.
Is that what you... Oh. Ooh. Aw. Well, suffice it to say, to Kung Fu Fenris, to Eleonara, to Lo, and I'm missing somebody. I must
Kung
be
Fu
missing
Fenris?
someone. Right, as... Yeah.
Hello? Oh, no, no.
Eleonara.
Well, that's who I
Yeah.
got. Art
Yeah,
from.
those three.
Thank
Possible
you,
there
because
were
they're
others.
awesome.
But that's
Yeah.
what I saw.
Yep. Now we got
Just
some
disappointed.
sketches on Friday, but those were not for Changeling. Those were for our fundraiser.
Kung
To
Fu
need to
Fenris,
say. Yep.
if December has that effect on you. Although I assume you don't mean dour to December.
I assume as well. Oh, excuse me. Well, that's exciting.
We're here.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Get used to it. No.
We're here, and we're here for another session.
Yay!
No, I get what you're referencing. It's like,
Like, is that
Why
not
though,
exciting? Is that not point? Point, 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 point?
Point, 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 point.
That's at the end of the episode.
Point, point, point. Point.
rip ears.
The worst thing in the world. It's not. Could be those vuvuzelas.
We are not
Woo!
passing Exaltwitch today. We are meeting Exaltwitch today, and that's named.
Not counting our
episodes.
bonus sessions.
Right.
Yeah, it's Exaltwitch. There were a couple of bonus episodes. Changeling, I believe there have been more. So in terms of hours streamed, I believe we've already exceeded Exaltwitch.
I would think so.
We started Exaltwitch
while
at
ago.
2 hours as well, so the first few sessions were only 2 hours.
Holy- what?
Yep.
What?
Yep.
No fucking
Yeah.
way.
That's crazy.
We were so young.
So naive.
No fucking way.
That
were we
didn't
only
last
2
very
hours.
long. It was like the
Right.
first 2 episodes, then we're like, maybe we'll do 2.5. Okay, we're gonna do 3.
It's amazing. It,
I wish I could blow a didgeridoo.
whoa, whoa, whoa,
Or a
whoa. I
vuvuzela.
love those.
I mean, my understanding for vuvuzelas is just breathe.
I have trouble with that.
I think that's how the bagpipes work too, right? You just breathe into them, I think.
The
No, I
screams
think-
of the damned follow.
Oh, yeah.
Breathe forever, though. That's,
Only Scotland, eh? Yeah. We love you guys, but come on.
But that means that
bagpipes
next week
make me
we
laugh.
will
Turkish.
exceed Exaltwitch
Amazing.
in terms of numbered episodes.
Which
Right.
means we must meet them in the ring and see who emerges victorious.
We're going to have like a fight to the death
fight
between our
to the
two
death
role-playing
between
games.
2 games.
so Patches would try to keep the distance, but then Val would use her spear throwing technique. So I don't know. Basically, can Patches kill Val before Val gets closed? 'Cause once the distance is closed.
Right. I got you this nice shirt. Oh, thank you. Okay, so Jork's dead.
I know who I would put money on in a fight between Val and Patches.
Val, she can fucking heal herself. She's got all the rage in the world.
She probably jumped pretty far too.
I know
if
how
she
much
tried.
experience I've handed out to
Yes,
each character.
that's true. The answer
Well,
Essence
is
5?
too much.
Only 5 dots in one art.
Still cool.
I mean, honestly, you go back to creation, you're like, oh, the disease is here. Ah, I don't have the antibodies.
Oh, that's true, eh?
Or vice versa. Except Val would heal it, and you're immune,
Val,
aren't you?
Exalted
Lizard-
don't really die
yeah.
due to disease.
Yeah.
I like how that's a merit too. Hey, in Exalted, you can take the merit where it's like you don't really suffer from the common cold, and it's like, well, I guess it's like 2 dots too. You're like,
admit
what-
that there are
what?
some days where you wish you took that merit.
Yes.
Oh,
correct,
yeah.
Yes.
You're like, ugh, I learned how to speak French, or and that's something against knowing how to speak French.
Don't know.
Like,
I did
we love
buy
French,
that.
you see. Did you?
Yeah, it's on my character.
Oh, French. Oh, well, I think we were given those for.
Yeah,
free.
we were
Oh,
given
maybe.
that for
Yeah,
free.
you were
No, we're
given-
given 1 free dot and encouraged to use it on language French, but not forced
no,
to.
I said that I would give it to you free unless you chose not to take it.
Ah.
Shit.
Wrong!
Did you just fucking John
Yeah.
Cena?
I don't know what she did.
Okay.
She lizarded me.
What? Didn't I just go wrong? And then I brushed eyelashes out of my face?
Oh, we thought you
Oh.
were doing a
No, I had like a hair in my eyeball. I was trying
Rude.
to get it out. I know.
Rude hair.
I know.
Mm,
So, you're here.
Yeah, it's December. We love being here.
I'm pleased that you're here.
Happy to see you again.
I mean, right now we're rocking. It's 0 degrees outside.
What?
Only?
Only 0.
Sorry
No,
for
wind
yelling
chill,
in
wind
people's
chill, wind chill.
ears.
Wind chill is -6.
Yeah.
Still,
you're good.
that's like way warmer than it's been all weekend.
Yeah, that's
Crazy.
true.
That makes it 32 degrees Fahrenheit for you folk out there.
Makes it sound so much warmer.
Yeah. It's got like 2 digits to it. So many degrees. That's a lot of degrees.
Oh, my
Wow.
degrees.
And it's like,
Oh.
what, like 328 Kelvin or something like not arbitrary, but like large.
That's good.
I mean, we've got
273
snow.
plus
we've
whatever.
we've had snow almost through all of November.
Yeah, it came early this year.
Yeah, which is like, what the fuck?
Weirdness, what did you roll in on? I'd like to know.
Yeah.
So many options, so
Magic
I'm going to let
carpets.
you tell us
Magic
before I start guessing.
Zamboni.
I could make magic carpets though
You totally could.
with my
Patches can?
Yeah.
Sophia would like to commission 3.
Okay, but it's like
need
got
more
a
than one.
duration
One
to
for
it.
Why
her
are
and
you
2 for her
jealous,
luggage.
Yes.
Yeah, why are you
Where's the
jealous?
jealousy coming from?
Well, we're all in the same room.
Windrunner.
Aragwen's not.
I can
and
cast on
I would
myself,
be jealous
which is what I
too.
used to fly around and pew pew.
I'm jealous of you
Eloise.
and
I can
Jeeves.
cast it on an object too.
That was super cool.
So I can cast it on a carpet. It specifically mentions a carpet. An object such as a rug or a classic car. Harry
I don't
Potter.
have a job where I commute, so I would love the
Segue.
snow.
Excellent.
That makes sense.
Excellent. Because I can look at it and not be required to go out in it.
The best way to enjoy snow.
Yep. Because I work at a school, I sometimes wake up to a text message that's just like, I want a snow day! Cancelled! And I'm like, okay, I guess. Like, cool. I
Hey,
feel
your
like I'm 12
school
again, yeah.
Cancels school
Not
like
often.
for they've been
Well, yes,
canceling it
but
all
the-
sorts of times.
Yes, but
this
those
year.
are predetermined.
Not when the plumbing exploded.
Okay, that was that one time. Also, I'm sorry, I already apologized.
Speaking
Stop
of
using
plumbing
the
exploding,
bathrooms for the kids. What?
we have She Who Knows 10,000 Things
Hey!
and Entropy's Disciple here present today. Aragwen and the Crosshair both here, right now. Patch's chrysalis setting made me all warm and fuzzy inside, minus 25 average.
Ooh, mm.
That's true. All 3 of your chrysalis sessions are now on the books.
Canon. And now we can start asking all the NPCs about their chrysalis sessions. Make it up on the fly.
Make it up on the fly.
Like, I don't
John,
do the
John.
rest of the
Like,
fucking game like
Dives out the
that.
window.
Yeah.
No, there's still a thing for him to land on just out the window.
So you
here.
want to know
Just
about
can't
my
push
chrysalis?
too far.
Oh, no.
I learned so much that day, but not as much as I thought I would about myself.
Oh, okay.
I'm 50% through Sophia's chrysalis. I like the idea that you're like, I'm crystallizing as somebody else. Only halfway though.
I haven't seen any of Sophia's actually. I realized. Shit.
Ooh.
Whoops. It's been a busy weekend.
I'm working my way through Brahms right now, so.
You'll get there.
You want that toucan? You want peeps?
Peeps.
Toucan fan.
Chryslerus? And I guess.
Chryslerus.
Is that like a...
My chrysalis is more like a Ford Pinto. It blows up in your face.
I like a Nova. Just doesn't go.
Interminably.
Indubitably.
Nice reference there.
But yes, they're on the
Aragorn.
books, and they were brought to you by you, which is great. It's so wonderful. It's... Oh.
Peeps, peeps, peeps. Yeah, I can't wait till the Peeps merch starts rolling out.
Don't forget,
This
Peeps
is a
is
big fan of
incredibly grumpy.
Oh yeah, so the shirt's gonna say like, "Don't you fucking talk to me," and it's just a toucan, and people are like, "What is that?" It makes Peeps, obviously.
Hashtag no peeps. Peeps. I don't know.
So it's
Hashtag no peeps given.
Is the peeps like marshmallow thing, right? So it's
Mm.
yeah.
Those are delish.
Well,
Oh.
I can ask.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's by now you should have expected it.
It's true.
Did you spend your experience?
Oh! Oh! Yay!
It's been 4 months. I'm putting shaving cream razors and a toothbrush in the bathroom.
Yay!
Leave your toothbrush
Yeah.
at.
Oh
However
my.
that song went.
Oh,
You get your own
my.
drawer at 18 months.
What?
Yeah, your own drawer in the bathroom at 18 months.
Trey's
At that
moving
point,
in.
I think Aragorn must be almost there.
Takes that
Aragorn
long to
owns
get
the
a
building.
drawer?
Are you kidding?
That's true. We're here by her grace.
This is Aragorn's freehold.
I'll start. I was in experience debt 2 sessions ago and just got out of the hole. So no, I did not spend my experience. I spent it a long time ago and it was awesome. But no, I'm not out of the hole. Or I am just now.
saving for something. I know exactly what I'm going to spend it on. I don't have enough yet, and I need to actually verify whether or not I spent some at the very end of last session because I had none written down. So I'm going to have to re-roll the tape. So no.
Okay.
I did.
Yay.
I bought a 4th dot of Fae.
Nice.
Because I am one.
I am one, and I like
And
destroying.
you remember that you got your 2 experience for your chrysalis session, right?
Yep.
All of you?
Which I
Yep,
think I
I'm pretty sure I wrote it down.
Scott?
Yeah,
Pass, Liz.
yeah.
Roll the tape.
I'm just having a flashback. I must have put it on the sheet.
Sheet.
That is a 3-point flaw you've got there.
Sheet.
Crosshair's like glamping out
Sheets
in
are
the
white.
backyard.
White chocolate isn't really chocolate. Chocolate. Made from a bean. Bean. Like the kind that you would eat alongside your meat pie at a sugaring off. Off. The same sort of thing that I...
Then he runs.
Oh.
Word association. The best writing.
Perfection. Oh.
Did they spin?
I think Kate just pulled a Joaquin Phoenix on us.
Yes. It's good stuff.
The right time to drop by, Crosshair.
Used to be that you couldn't counterweave cantrips until you had Fifth 5. I don't even know if counterweaving is still in there. I don't think it is.
I certainly did not see it.
Yeah.
I can move faster than you. It's the latest anime. It's the loom weaving anime. It'll be called Loom of Fate. Warp, weft, warp, weft.
Oh my god, she actually knows. You know the words. Looms are like a thing like
Kate knows
like
a lot of
hundreds of
things.
years ago. That's awesome.
She knows a lot of things, Scott.
It's true. That's a good point. Oh, gotta go.
Oh, Loom of Fate.
I thought that was Crosshair. I was like, well, that's to be expected, I suppose. Loom of Fate.
Hey, what happened last session?
We went to the beach.
Oh boy, I know that I took notes, folks. I drew pictures.
Kate
That's the
did
entirety of my
jumping.
notes. I took a picture of them last week. So, we all decided what we were going to wear and eventually made our way down to the beach.
Ooh.
There was an umbrella set up. There were many snacks. There was definitely some sofgria. And not too long after we arrived, a woman made her way over towards Brom.
Yeah, I think Brahm's day at the beach was pretty good. He spent some time with the lady Kyoko, quality time. He also was being hit on out of control.
Aggressively.
Thank you.
Openly.
That's an adverb.
Unabashedly.
Unabashedly.
Heavily.
By Amanda, a young woman. The aunt of a young girl, a 10-year-old girl, Shelley, who was there. And Brahm just wanted to help somebody. And so he did. He brought shells for Shelley as like a, remember this day, it was a good day. I summed up what I did.
Patches went for a walk with Kyoko away during all of this goings on and eventually
Sanity.
back. And helped Sophia with some gentlemen that made their way up to her.
Troublesome teens, early 20s, runners,
Yeah,
Early
university
college kids.
students.
college kids, some troublesome college kids who were being very rude. And so Patches went to shoot one of them with a super soaker. And then Sophia increased the damage of that and made it ricochet off of all their junk.
Play the game right there.
It was.
With ice.
It really affected
It
the
was
story.
super effective.
Patches got their phone, one of their phones, texted his mom. Sophia made friends with a chimera, and the chimera mentioned that there was a friend or like another part of itself living under the water, and they like hadn't met ever, but wanted to.
We were able to reunite them.
Yeah,
Well,
Patches
Brom
ran into
didn't.
No, they were able to.
Yeah.
Brom was buying ice cream for Amanda.
I convinced them that they could meet and that I'd be there to defuse the bombs. They thought maybe they would explode if they met. And I think that's what we ended on. Was there these two creatures, both named Fan or maybe Nav, meeting and swimming off into the sunset
Aw.
or noonday sun. Let's be honest.
Mhm.
Do we have a drink counter selected? Or drink rule, I suppose I should say. The counter is set up.
Panda.
Also,
Oh yeah, you made
it.
Ramsey a cry.
It's not a
Oh,
panda.
I totally made Ramsey cry. She asked me some questions and I did not answer them with love and warmth and niceness. I was rude. That was really mean. Well, I was
She's a
honest.
fox.
But, like, I made her sad. She's a red panda.
No. She's
Always?
a fox.
She's a fox.
The red
Who's
panda
red panda?
Is
Now I'm confused.
duh.
We met them at one of our things. that
Red
was
Panda
with-
is your friend.
With no, she was with Baya.
Oh, with Baya.
Baya is the red panda.
Oh, boy.
We were so bad.
Ah.
I thought Ramsey was a
Is
fox,
red.
but then when you
Ramsey
said panda,
is a fox.
I got confused.
Oh my god!
Ramsey's a
Yeah.
fox.
Everything I thought I knew
Is
was a lie.
Baya's
I am Brom.
She was continually talking about how she looked miserable if she got in because her tail would just all shrivel up. And,
But red pandas have tails too.
yeah, but
They would look cute in the water.
They're so
Splash
cute.
around. Okay. Yes, I believe we have a drink counter that we fail at. If we
Yeah,
don't get any.
apparently if we don't trigger this, we are seriously
I'm just going to do
failures,
random
so.
shit today and see what happens.
we have a pretty simple bet today, everybody. Will Patches have a good day or a bad day?
Ooh.
So, voting's enabled now. That's bet 0 or 1.
I know what I'm betting.
And at the end of the session, we'll ask Kate if Patches had a good or a bad day.
I mean, let's be honest. I will probably be like, well, it was somewhere in the middle,
It's
knowing me. But I will choose one.
yeah, and
Ultimately,
specifically,
it was more
it's
good or more
whether
bad.
Kate thinks Patches had a good or a
Yes.
bad day, not if Patches thinks she had a good or a bad day.
Ah,
Ah.
meta.
So meta. I love
Better
it.
is better.
When you are
I've
together.
Sometimes dead is better. We're looking for it, Starch.
Bet it all.
Go out to that old burial
Oh no,
ground.
wait, 100 is the limit. Don't
Bet
bet it
100.
all. Bet
Don't
100.
bet at all.
Bet 100. Ooh, Trey Dog thinks you're gonna have a good day.
Oh.
You never know. A gunfight might mean it's a good day for
Yeah.
Patches.
Honestly, crosshair.
Depends on how it ends.
It always depends on how it ends.
Wow. You're just a regular poet laureate.
I met Canada's poet laureate. That was the poet laureate at the time.
Rock on.
Yeah, he was really young. Like he was in his mid-20s.
Shit.
time, yeah.
Where do you go from there?
I don't fucking know.
When Yan
Just wait for the
Martel
sunset.
was getting all
Yeah.
hyped up because of Life of Pi,
So much
he
Yan.
stayed at my first girlfriend's house.
That's
She was fangirling
true.
over him, and I was
And you were like,
I was a little bit
Fangirling as well.
insecure. No, I didn't like Life of Pi, the book.
Well, you're
I had
really
Also
not
didn't
gonna
really
like
like
it.
it.
Big plot
I thought it was an
twist
interesting
Yeah.
story
Oh,
that could have been told
no.
in like 30 pages.
Yeah. The thing is, I was sitting on the bus and there were some people talking about it, and I was trying to ignore them, but like I didn't have music with me or anything. And then
Oh,
they were
no.
talking about the ending, and I was like, oh,
Well, I guess that's what happens.
yeah. And I feel
Shit.
like the interest around it is that. So yeah, eventually maybe I'll read it, but yeah.
It's a good day.
The day ends with the smell of gunpowder and gun oil, and the Ice Cube gonna start singing "Today Was a Good Day."
Mm-hmm. That's what.
I've always really enjoyed games where you get to build shit. Board games like Mousetrap, 13 Dead End Drive.
Fuck yes, sorry.
Games that have fun little contraptions for you to play around in. And I loved those games so much that they were some of the ones that I would break out, of course, alone because I didn't have anybody to play with. And I would do that just because I got to play with the stuff. I never owned Mousetrap, but I did know somebody who did. Sometimes I literally went to their house and assembled Mousetrap, even though they didn't want to, because they were playing with my sister instead. So I would still be alone, assembling board games at someone else's house. I'm not bitter about this. But then there are the games where building is part of it, and not just part of it, but the whole thing. You know, Jenga, you could say, is a building game, but it's really more of an avoid destruction game. But then there's things like Lego or Duplo if you're younger, need bigger blocks, or you could go straight up to Mega Blocks if you're like, you know,
Mm-hmm.
cursed. And it's in the act of building, I think, that we learn a lot as kids. But I always tried to gamify it. And now here we are. We're about to go into the Grand Bes Din, a place where invention is the name of the game itself. But it is in and of itself part of a game. The meta is getting very deep here.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
And so I'm curious as to how it's going to go for all three of you, to be honest, as much as this is a journey for Patches. A journey for Patches is detailing how Windows just operates day to day. But anyway.
It was
Took me a while.
So your time at the beach is at an end. Was there anything else that you needed to accomplish before the following day?
This does not need to be role played out, but Sophia would like to buy a new ball for Fan to bring back to the beach. That's just going to be a little side trip for her.
nuclear devastation reigns on the beach.
Oh,
Oh no.
oh no.
Excuse me.
It's fair. Anything else for either of you?
No. I guess like make sure Zister had a okay day. Like he's not dead or run away or some shit.
Sister's not dead. He hasn't run away. He spent
Excellent.
most of the day in his room, relaxing, not doing much.
You can't say we don't check up on our NPCs, John.
Oh, you can.
Sometimes you don't.
Oh, you
I
can.
know.
You can't say that.
You know, all fates in a wheelbarrow, like,
Oh my god.
and the arrow, like, not forgotten, mostly forgotten.
Salt.
Not going to dignify that with a response.
I am.
But I will put some on
I
the
know.
rim of my glass for my margarita.
Amanda goes home alone.
Well, with
With the kid she's babysitting, right?
her niece.
No, his mother was there.
Oh.
She was just doing so hot. And yet, you know, instead of focusing on Amanda's mother, we were focusing more on Brahm's inability to turn somebody down.
That's much more accurate. Thank you. Excuse me.
But it is, therefore, Monday, June 18th, 2018. And we're headed right towards the Grand Bes Din. The Grand Bes Din is located in Halifax, and yet at the same time, it very much isn't. Think about how it is when you travel downtown here in Montreal. Downtown is packed. There's plenty of people. And downtown for Montreal is actually quite large, depending on how you decide to define it. But there's just this incredible density. Now, Halifax is not nearly as large a city as Montreal is. But that doesn't make its downtown any less vibrant. It's important, and every single space is taken up, except for, of course, the Grand Bes Din. Nobody approaches the Grand Bes Din. To outside eyes, it is entirely unremarkable. The kind of building that you know just must contain offices, but doesn't have any sort of banner, or it doesn't even have a name. So the building just exists and nobody goes inside it. But to you, it's an amalgamation of smokestacks, of nuclear stacks.
Oh my god.
It's a strange building made of stone and brick and steel and glass and more. Almost as if every 10 years or so, somebody gets it in their head that they want to do something different. They decide to add on to it. There's no gate. There's no guard. There's just a door. A massive door. And the door doesn't have any knocker on it. The door has no knocker on it. The door has no handle. The door has no knob. It's just a slab of imposing steel set into the wall. Ramsia has elected not to go. Begging a slight stomach bug, she stays back in her hotel room. But that doesn't mean that you aren't accompanied by
I was going to ask.
This
Yeah.
is great.
Perfect.
It's like, what's it gonna do, sister?
Perfect.
I was going to say, we brought our own knob. Oh, no. No. Did you botch?
You're still muted.
Oh.
What a knob.
Yay. What are you wearing?
Classic Sophia
I need to
question.
Uh,
I don't know, dude. Like
the
some
outfit
pants.
that Taylor made for me.
Nice.
Ooh, I like that. Well, Patches, sister, what do you anticipate this meeting is about? Simply to meet the Diane, or to understand the inner workings of the Grand Bes Din?
Make sure they aren't gonna fuck up again like they did at,
The Spark.
no,
Oh,
the, not Grand Bes Din, the
Taranar.
Taranar, thank you.
I don't think you understand quite what we're doing here. It's just a visit for Patches, which means that what we are doing here is a lot different than what you are doing here.
no, I understand that I have not been directly invited. In fact, it's my understanding that knockers cannot enter the Grand Bes Din, although perhaps...
Non-knockers.
Right,
Knockers
that's-
can't enter the Grand Bes Din. Sometimes I wonder whether the rocks on your skin ended up in
I think
your
everyone
brain.
maybe got a little bit too much sun yesterday.
I certainly got too much sun yesterday, yes. Thank you, Patches.
Why am I being so nice? Because I want this to go well.
Zister, by the way, is dressed in an extremely fancy jumpsuit.
Sophia's also wearing a jumpsuit.
How
Jumpsuit twins.
how does one fancify a jumpsuit? Like, I don't, like, does he have pinwheels on
With
it? Like, what do you mean?
sparkles.
Sparkles.
Yeah.
Piping.
Baller. See, that's cool. Okay, all right, I'm into it. You're not wearing...
He has made an effort to coif his hair, which basically means now it's mostly sticking straight up.
Nice.
Yes.
And his eyebrows, which normally are just sort of this contraption,
I gotta draw
now
them.
are still quite long, but at least now mostly flow in one direction. Zane, actually. Even though he's no longer a part of One Direction.
Nice. Ugh. God. Ugh.
Well, Sophia's wearing a white jumpsuit with a straw hat.
Perfect. I suppose we are still technically on vacation. So
Of course.
I've got a nice ass outfit, and I can throw an apron on it at the tap of the hip. Anyway.
At any rate, sister,
What are you wearing, bro?
I am Brahm. I don't think Brahm ever wears anything. Like, I'll tell you if he doesn't wear
He's wearing
jeans
and his plaid shirt.
trench coat. It's hot. He's wearing a trench coat. It's intense.
Oh,
I know.
you must look so sketchy walking in.
Don't look under here. Definitely not carrying two swords.
responsible for either. You or you or you. Technically, I'm not even responsible for Patches, which means that whatever you do is on yourself. So, if you manage to furk up, it's not my client to deal with.
We can manage ourselves.
That's
I'm
what
excited to
afraid
be
of.
here.
Are you hoping to meet somebody?
There are a lot of creators here.
Of course, I wasn't implying that there weren't. I, for one, am interested to know what the inner workings are like, what the knockers of the world are up to.
There aren't any spectators when it comes to dealing with the Diane. You will not be permitted inside. Now, normally you could have made some sort of pretense as a member of the Red Branch, but it doesn't exist currently. So,
I hope to rectify that soon.
you and the word wrecked just seems so appropriate.
Yes, he does make sure that people get wrecked.
Thank you, Patches.
So, step 1. How do we get in?
Present yourself at the door and you announce yourself. At that point, you are allowed in, sometimes with conditions.
Speak, friend, and enter.
Sister walks up to the door and just facing it directly says, "I'm Jister Flex. Let me in." And the door doesn't open, but instead you see that there's a very, very, very fine seam, and much like a revolving door, just turns around, taking the floor upon which the
Oh.
sister is standing with him, kind of like a revolving bookcase, and just puts it on the inside.
Oh, cool.
Now it's just the four of you.
I'll step forward. I am Patches. I seek entrance.
And now you're standing.
I'm looking at like any sign of mechanism anywhere.
You're standing in the atrium. The atrium is a entirely glass walls, ceiling, but there's no visible frame, like almost like a dome, except it's not, which means that the glass would either have to be incredibly strong or somehow magically reinforced. As you step forward, you see that there's not a fountain of water, but instead a fountain of molten metal coursing up and down and left and right across many different pipes. The superheated minerals just leaping from one to another, sometimes up, sometimes down, sometimes diagonally. But it's not hot. It doesn't seem to make the room unduly warm, even though that this must be thousands of degrees. There are many doors leading from this place, but every door is set in the glass itself. At the moment, you're just standing there with Sister Flex, waiting for
Yeah,
others to come in.
I will wait, but I'll take a look at the various doors, see if there's any label.
Wrong.
The ladies first.
In fact, I believe that this is the sort of thing that an intrepid adventurer would have to do. You have to make sure that it's safe for the ladies.
Of course, I assume that it is, but you're entirely right, Lady Kyoko. Yes. Stand back, Lady Sophia. I will make sure it is safe. I like swagger my way up to the door, I guess.
Okay, you're now standing in front of the steel door.
I am Sir Brom Madsden ap Gwydion, Knight of the Red Branch. I seek entrance to this place.
You hear that same, and then when the door swings through, you hear a klaxon. Boing, boing, boing. And
Son of a bitch.
robotic arms rising up out of nowhere, just holding various different items, immediately just wrap themselves around you for 1 second and then let go. You realize that you are now wearing the following. First, you have a hard hat, which is placed atop of your head. However, it isn't designed properly to deal with the fact that you have horns.
Right.
So it's
It's just
kind of
kinda
like...
It's like sitting on them, like rolling
Yeah.
around. That's amazing.
Second, you have a massive visitor's badge that's been pinned to your shirt, which reads Brom, and underneath it reads Troll, and underneath it reads, it has an image of an infant child holding a rattle.
Wow.
Below that, you see that now strapped across your chest from shoulder down to hip, you have a big orange safety vest. Finally, down on your feet, you see that your shoes have been encased in some kind of metal, like steel, but it's wrapped around your shoes, and when you lift your feet, you realize that there's some very, very minor magnetic force keeping it so that your feet are on the ground. You can still walk, but you can feel that there's definitely a little bit of attraction between your feet and the ground.
This is so embarrassing. But I understand the importance of these rules.
Has he arrived in the room with us, or is he elsewhere?
I think I'm just shouting
You
at the
also
arms.
notice that hanging off the safety harness, or the orange vest, there's two, like, mittens. Like, tied
Yeah.
together with...
Oh
My
yarn.
God. I will not put them on.
You can put them on your horns.
Amazing, but I will not be doing that either.
There you go. Put them. So the middle
The
finger's
last
on
thing that
them.
you hear when the doors almost close is you hear the beginning of the klaxon, but then
Yeah.
the door closes and you can't hear it anymore.
Oh dear.
She's not worried at all.
Do you want me to go next?
Sure. Go ahead.
Will you be safe out here all by yourself?
Yes, I will, Kyoko.
You're
Thank
certain
you.
that you can take care of yourself?
Quite certain.
I mean, I know that it's possible for you to take care of someone else, but I've never seen you take care of yourself.
Go on.
I was just checking.
I know.
After all, it appears that I have to keep my eye out for everything around here in Halifax. Steps forward. I'm the Lady Kyoko. I've visited before. This time there is no klaxon.
Mm-hmm.
However, she is equipped with the helmet and the boots. But she doesn't have the orange safety vest. There's no mittens. She does get a visitor badge. The badge says Kyoko, and underneath it says Puka. And then underneath, instead of the infant holding the rattle, it's like the equivalent of a girl emoji face, and like a soccer ball next to it.
Okay.
Soccer ball.
Hot. Not appropriate. Not appropriate, Scott. Brom. I don't know who said that.
So I step forward to the door. My name is Lady Sophia Aplium. I arrived here with Patches and Sister Flex. May I come in, please?
Boing, boing.
Oh my god, that's such a disgusting sound.
Again, the arms rise up, thunk. The helmet
My
does.
hat.
crush your hat.
My beautiful hat.
It's straight up goes over your hat, so the straw part of it like definitely rips, but the brim stays on the underneath.
Oh, man.
You do get an orange vest, but somehow it doesn't look so bad on that sort of jumpsuit. The mittens
Wow.
are still hanging from it. You have a visitor, but yours reads, it reads Sophia, she, and then underneath it, it has an image of a woman's face, but with a big bandage over her mouth. Your feet are also encased in the steel.
Why
Were you
did I
wearing
bother
heels?
picking out shoes? No, I was not.
Okay, so
I intended today would have a lot of walking, so I am wearing some flats.
now you're
Slides,
eating steel
actually.
flats.
All right.
All right.
This doesn't go
You
at
have
all.
no, like, you got nothing.
That's
You're
okay.
still exactly the way that you were when you first walked in. You're approached by
Cruel joke.
a
No, just classification so they know what level of knockerism you're at.
Baby.
Mm-hmm.
You're approached by a pinched-faced knocker. Her hair is put in a bun that looks so tight that if you touched it, it might spring apart at the seams. She's got a clipboard, except that instead of holding a clipboard with a piece of paper, it's just like an electronic screen. But it's definitely not a tablet because she can lift the paper and down, and you can see that it's constantly being updated with a list of the different visitors that are here. Your names are already on it. Not your titles, though. Just your names. And the little icon next to it. So, baby with a rattle, girl with a soccer ball, woman with bandage over mouth. I see that you made it. All right. First things first. Thank you so much for coming. My name? Because I know that you have to put your pens out for this. Guys. My name is Britches. And I've been assigned to make sure that if you need anything, we'll get it. Do you want me to take them to the playpen, or will they be investigating on their own?
How are you folks feeling? Do you feel like playing? Sounds like a fun place, honestly. I wonder if I would want to go
No,
to
it's
the playpen.
Britches, not Bridges. Britches.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, could you repeat that again, dear?
I mean, the playpen sounds like a lot of fun, folks. Is that where you'd like to go?
In the playpen.
Oh, the playpen is where we send people when it's time for them to experience what it's like to be in the Grand Bes Din without actually needing to go anywhere. You're perfectly safe, monitored, and we'll make sure that you get food, and I believe nap time is at 2 p.m.
I would like to walk around a little bit before then.
Tell her.
Oh, I'm sorry, I do need the answer from you.
Oh, I will be traveling on my own.
So you're granting them the right to make their own decisions?
Yes.
Very well. You understand then that she is absolved of all of your potential wrongdoings. and
Of
that
course.
You being here means that you will be responsible. If you find that you cannot keep your hands where they're needing to be, you'll find convenient mittens attached to your vests. If you need to be reminded, you can simply place your hands in them and everything will be fine.
Thank you very much, Bridges.
Of course.
Do you find that people are often putting their hands places where they are not meant to be
I can
here at the Grand Bes Din?
imagine quite a few people doing that. Look at, I point to like the various metal flowing. As much as we aren't feeling the heat from them, I bet if you stuck your hand in that in wonder and amazement, probably hurt. And that's just the first room we've entered. You don't need to take it so personally, bro.
You may believe that what we are trying to do is humiliate you. Nothing is further from the truth. We're simply trying to prevent you from losing your digits due to your own incompetence. Now, you are welcome to travel throughout the Grand Bes Din as long as you understand that while you are here, if any knocker gives you any command, you must obey for your own safety. Do you accept these terms?
Yes.
For my own safety. Yes.
For your own safety. Excellent. Kyoko nods her assent. she's put her hands in the mittens for a moment, and so she literally just has hands like in here, and then she just.
And I believe that I turn to Zister, like, just to check in with him for a second before I keep talking, if he doesn't stop me. We have business with the Dian.
Yes, your appointment is in 20 minutes. After that, you're free to wander wherever you wish. I've been told that you are to be considered a VIP today here, which means that we're not going to kick you out of any room except for the Grand Bes Din Dian private chambers. You may also remain here for one night if you so desire. However, you must understand that is all that we can allocate towards you. Our glamour stores are, of course, in great demand.
Absolutely understood.
I'm also to understand that you were the former regent of Concordia.
Correct.
Yes. In which case, I must tell you that most of the knockers here will be very pleased to meet you. This does not, of course, grant you any license to touch any of the inventions without their permission. I only tell you this because the last time that we had one of your illustrious company here, we engaged in a 6-month cover-up to explain why she was wearing gloves the entire time her fingers were regenerating.
Oh, we are very much aware of this. Thank you.
I clocked the fact that she said we. But anyway.
All right, folks. I'm sure we'll catch up later.
I should point out
Stay
that the
safe.
doorways here are not designed for troll code. You will be required to crouch down if you wish to enter certain areas. You have been erroneously assigned the wrong hard hat. I will ask you to remain here. I will go and find one for you.
Thank you.
Are your horns in any way, shape, or form delicate? Or are they made of the same granite composite that seems to make up your skin?
Just like take my hat off and go,
Please do not remove your hat.
you put it back on.
I will be right back. And she turns around and just scurries off towards a desk where she rummages and then comes up with a hat which is exactly the same, except that it's got 2 holes in it, which she looks and adjusts where the holes are,
Okay.
stretches them, walks up to you, gingerly takes a stepladder out, plunks it down, walks up, lifts the hat off your head, puts the other one down, and then presses a small button on the side, and you can feel that the hat goes and locks into place around your horns.
Thank you. That's very thoughtful to be mindful of my safety.
Do make sure that all of your hard hats are properly secured. You don't want it to be able to wobble around because then it'll just slide off. Stay safe.
Very secure.
Yeah.
You
It's
too,
important.
Patches.
I must say, Sophia, that your helmet is most fetching.
Thank you.
Could I ask the two of you to roll perception etiquette, please?
Coming up.
Difficulty is 6.
Is this
successes.
insightful?
Oh,
No.
2 successes. Yeah.
Neither of you are being addressed using your titles. And this is seemingly deliberate,
Mm-hmm.
but also not seemingly rude.
Yeah, they're not purposely trying to.
It's
You
not
know,
like trying to antagonize you,
trying
being
to-
like, oh, you're not Lady Sophia.
Right, of course.
But like, it's just, it seems that in this building, your titles don't mean dick.
Yep.
So
Fair.
they're not using them.
I think I heard that you were once the regent of, I don't know, Concordia. Big
Whatever.
whoop.
Whoop-de-doo-doo.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Should you require anything from me, you can simply press one of the buttons that should be close to every single door. It will provide a direct link towards your assigned overseer. And that's me. I will come running.
Bridges overseer.
have a scientastic day.
Sweet.
She scurries back to her desk, sits down, and starts making notes on the sheet. At which point, Brom, your little baby with a rattle, if you look down, has been replaced, and now you have a little boy with a soccer ball.
Aw, that's so sweet. Seems I'm moving up in the world.
One step at a time.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Stay safe.
You too, Patches.
I
We
don't
better
foresee
get
any
ourselves
trouble.
down to the Diane. I understand that 20 minutes is a long time, but I don't want
No,
to be
it's not.
late.
Let's go.
If you see anything especially cool, remember it. Last time I was here, I only managed to get through 1/20th of the entire place.
Should have booked a longer stay.
I have my own things to develop. He goes off,
I will follow him.
leaving the three of you standing in the atrium.
Well, I suppose there are many wondrous things here. I mean, frankly, I'm not sort of a large collective workshop. I'm not really sure what to make of the Grand Bes Din as of yet.
How about we discover people's inventions? See what they're working on, what they're passionate about. You don't
Yes.
seem very interested. I'll go off on my own. We can meet back for lunch or something.
Yes, I suppose so. Lady Kyoko, you've been here before.
Once.
Is there any place you would recommend we check out?
The cafeteria.
Sir,
I'm not kidding.
I want to see that, but this is my first time in the Grand Bes Din.
The last time I was here was 8 years ago. I imagine that much has changed since then.
Well, I want to look around. Are you joining me or are you going to the restaurant?
No, I will come with you, Lady Sophia.
Kyoko?
I can't resist the restaurant. But at the same time, there are other things that I can't resist. She rolls her shoulders and adjusts the vest over her shirt, which shows a very, very accurate representation of the original Donkey Kong kill screen.
I want to put my hands in the mittens
Okay?
because I want to know what they do.
They don't do anything.
Oh,
They're literally
just like literally mittens. Oh, cool.
I guess this is where I can put my hands if I don't want to
oh,
touch anything.
okay, that's adorable. All right, well,
Like comfy pockets for your hands that keeps you from. The,
You do
Get
notice
handsy.
that when you put your hands in them, like they do seem to have a certain amount of protection built into them. Like they're sort of like of gloves
oh, nice.
or like oven mitts or whatever.
Right. Of gloves.
So-
Lead the way, Lady Sophia.
Yeah, like I want to start walking down. I don't know, like if there are several corridors to choose from, or if there are just a bunch of doors, or how it's laid out. But
So there's just doors, and above each door there are symbols, but they're written in a language that you can't decipher. I want you to roll me your intelligence. Greymare at a difficulty of 9, and don't worry about botches on this one.
Zap, dingbats.
Just kidding. You're dead.
1 success.
No successes.
No success. They seem to be some kind of mathematical expression as well as a language. The knockers call it gematria, but you can't read it.
Gematria as in like geometry, like geo.
Gematria.
Okay.
well, I imagine if we're not allowed in a room, we'll discover that soon enough. Either it will be locked or someone will tell us. I'm gonna knock on the door first. The nearest door.
Okay. You knock on the door and you hear from behind it, it's open. Patches. You're taken to an elevator. And the elevator, when it closes, hisses with the exact noise that you would have heard on Star Trek The Next Generation. When you're inside, Zister mentions simply Diane Chambers.
Yes.
And you feel imperceptibly
Slightest.
that it started to move. Decent outfit.
I like tap the side and the apron rolls out.
Oh, so cool. Sorry.
Yeah, and it's like a work apron, right? Like
Yeah.
not like a bacon apron.
Would it be a-
Like a bacon apron. Sorry. Work.
Do
Or
you have
play.
any questions?
Can I be straightforward with the DM, or should I be polite?
Nobody, and I mean nobody, hesitates to speak their mind around here.
Good. Anything that I should perhaps omit?
Not if you don't think so. This is it, Patches. You're here at the Best Inn.
I just don't want to fuck you over.
And if you did, it's probably because I deserve to be.
You're getting soft in your old age.
No. I've made a lot of different mistakes. And to be honest, there's a lot of rules that I don't care for. Both inside this building and inside the castle down in New York. I've done what I can. I'm still doing what I can. But because I'm something of a celebrity around here, I get away with
Excuse me.
things. Whether or not that's fair is something that you'll just have to figure out on your own. But
Something of a celebrity around here? I didn't see any adoring fans with photos asking for autographs. You never told me you were a celebrity.
who do you think developed the door you just walked in?
Was it you? I haven't seen any around the spark, so I have no reason to think as much.
And that's when the door's open.
I'm going to make a show of looking for a signature or anything that would imply that he did it. He made it.
Get the fuck out of the elevator.
Is it in a color that I've seen him use?
He just shoves you, like, hard. Not so hard that, like, he's sending you sprawling, but he literally is just like, ugh.
And I'm going to, like, perhaps slightly exaggerate the push into a bow after you.
This was a mistake. This was an enormous mistake.
Welcome to Changeling the Streaming. This was an enormous mistake.
You find yourself standing in a room where there's a long circular, like half circle table at which there are seated 9 knockers. You okay?
The Council of Nine. Beware 9 sitting around a table. Beware them.
Oh, they'll be. Oh no.
That wasn't your mistake. Wrong.
Sophia, don't go get a fancy shirt. Don't go clothing shopping.
It's
Don't
too
do
late.
it.
It's too late. No.
If there's a gift shop, I.
In the Grand Bes Din of the Dian, there are 4 who are Seelie, 4 who are unseelie, and 1 for whom there is absolutely no declaration of court. Even though The estimate is about 2/3 of knockers are on Sealy. This is how it is. This is how it always has been. But court doesn't seem to matter as much in this building. There's an even spread across the spectrum of male, female. All of them with swirls on their faces, the peering eyes. And one of them is Fuse, who you may remember.
Fuse Terwilliger. I remember Fuse, sorry.
Fuse is sitting just to the left of the center, which puts him in the Sealy camp. He stands up. Okay, everybody, this is going to be pretty simple. We fucked up. She fixed it. What do you need from us?
Game plan on how to actually make steps forward. As much as I helped halt the initial disaster, I think there are reparations to be made. I think that move that was made has completely destabilized any trust that there may be for anyone, any of our kind. I think it's undercut us, and I think it can do serious damage to us moving forward with this new queendom. I think that we're probably going to have to put in extra effort and probably some begging and groveling and bullshit like that to make sure that, we aren't excluded. But that's not my realm of expertise.
We've already considered what you said. You're right. We don't like it. But it has to be done. Like I said, we
How did it
fucked up.
happen? That's the big question. How did something that big happen that they claimed that they were representatives of the Grand Bes Din, that so many of them were there, that it got out of your hands?
We believe that it was meddling from King Melge.
How do you prevent it in the future? Other than Melge being dead?
We don't know. The reality of it is that we could just become extremely xenophobic. Make sure that no one who isn't a knocker is allowed on these premises.
But
or in any
Melge
of
could
the Bes
affect
Din
a knocker,
offices.
and a knocker can come in.
Exactly. We're going to need to be vigilant. We've already started development on something that we believe may be able to give us at least advance warning of sovereignty, if not the ability to stop it.
That's pretty cool.
We also have decided that we're going to stop requiring an outsider to have a knocker advocate before addressing the council.
Progressive.
If Fala had been listened to earlier, we might have been able to prevent this. As it stands, we didn't. It's on us.
That's what I want. That's what I'm here. I mean, you asked what I want. I want this to be made better, improved upon, learned from. Because if we're going to keep having a place like this, if we're going to be able to keep on creating, we need to not be under suspicion.
Something else. At its core, we are not the ruling body of knockers. We're basically a patent office. And if not
On
that,
paper.
a think tank, a research and development organization.
Mm-hmm.
But we don't actually have any power over knockers, just over their ability to sell and collect profits from their inventions.
Do you seek to change that?
We seek to reestablish it. The idea that somebody from the Diane could go to Terranar and begin speaking on behalf of all knockers is frankly ludicrous.
Good.
We don't speak on behalf of knockers, we speak on behalf of their work. There's a difference.
There is.
6 of the Diane in this room are new.
Ha!
We're not making this fact known publicly. Of the 4 who obviously have been deposed, we had another 2 who decided that we needed to simply sweep this under the rug and continue. That won't happen. That already didn't happen because we had, under no uncertain terms, threats placed upon us by one Zister Flex. And
Oh.
two of the other Diane just look at him, and there's this undercurrent of like,
Threats. Sorry.
we don't mean to do anything for you other than to do what you have asked. You're free to use this building however you wish for the remainder of your stay. You can either stay here and help us, or you can trust that we are going to work on it and that we will give you updates. Or you can walk out of this building knowing that you said your piece. It's up to you. You didn't inherit this problem just because you happened to fix it.
Thank you for acknowledging that. I am tied up in it. We did manage to bring the trouble to the Spark. We are involved whether we like it or not.
One of the Diane on the Unseelie side pipes up for a second. I just wanted to make sure that something is clear. You are the steward of the Spark. That is your official title.
Yes.
That is an important title for you to maintain. You have to understand that the Spark is one of our most advanced workshops, even though it hasn't been in production in some time. We're understanding that we are still ramping it back up once the unpleasantness surrounding Zister Flex's situation is resolved. And Zister just looks up once and just... Which means that, obviously, I do want to impress upon you the idea that you're already important.
So, are you saying that you have plans for what's going to go on in the Spark? You're going to turn us into a factory?
No. What I'm saying is that the Spark's already very important.
Exactly.
And that if you're already the steward there,
Yes.
you can't simply abandon that without, of course, a replacement being arranged.
I'm sorry, why is there any thought that I would abandon the Spark?
Fuse sighs, I'm sorry. The honorable Diane across from me is worried that you're making a play for his seat.
The Diane's? Sisters? Yours?
His. And he points at the knocker who was just talking to you.
I have no freaking interest in being part of a council, the governing council. You asked me what I thought. You asked me what I wanted to be done. I told you.
Two of the
not
Diane
interested.
visibly relax.
Sorry. Wow. Oop.
I have gotten caught up in politics because politics have gotten themselves caught up in the Spark. As steward of the Spark, I am making sure that our shit doesn't get fucked with as much as I can.
We did have one laurel we wished to bestow upon you. It's not a requirement, and you may refuse. We're looking to build a new wing. This wing we're going to use as an outreach wing, specifically designed so that we have a place to accommodate guests. And we want you to design it. Or or at least we want to give you the first opportunity to design it. You'll be paid, both in our own way, but also this would be considered your occupation. We have ways of making sure that others in the mortal realm will be aware that this is your architecture, even if they can't visit it. You will be paid a salary commensurate with your experience as an architect, and you will be a part of this freehold for as long as it stands and somebody doesn't accidentally nuke it out of the atmosphere because they poured the wrong thing into a beaker. That's only happened twice.
As it is an outreach wing for non-knockers, do I have permission to bring in non-knockers to work on it?
Yes.
As
However, you must make sure that if you're going to bring any enchanted mortals, that they have to be vetted by us.
That's fair. I don't see a need for that yet, but I have yet to put pencil to paper.
You accept.
What's the catch?
The catch is that everybody's here is kind of scared of you.
The fuck did I do?
You helped keep the monarchy intact. Which means that everybody here assumes that if you decided to go to Queen Laurel about anything, she'd probably listen to you.
So you want me to be your friend, so that if you have things you need of her.
No. You're already our friend. You've rescued us. There's no one sitting on this council that isn't at least accepting of the fact that there's a monarch on the high throne.
Melge wanted to destroy the system.
I spit on his grave, and one of the Seelie knockers stands up. She's got this huge matronly gown on, but the gown is completely skin tight. It gives the impression of a very grand floral dress, but it looks like it was put on by latex.
Mm-hmm.
She stands up and she hawks this massive loogie and just lets it fly
Oh my
over the table.
God.
And it lands in a gob on the ground.
God.
Not in front of you.
No, but
Helpful. Now, as I was saying, Melge wanted to tear down the system and had no plan but chaos, and trying to work in a shop that is completely disorganized with people running around is not terribly useful. This is why you've put safety vests on my friends, so that they don't put their hands where they don't belong. That is what Melge was trying to create.
do it.
So if, society decided to change and do something different, great. But just fucking cutting the head off with nothing to replace it? Not my jam. So yeah, new monarch.
I think we can do business. So the catch, basically, is that anybody here may be a little wary of you at first. That's the catch. We can't fix your perception of being a queen's girl. You've also dragged Sophia in here,
Yeah.
Hey.
which means that inevitably there's going to be something chewing through the floors in about 30 minutes. Have you not noticed people dropping things when she walks by?
Yeah, maybe put a building-wide alert to not work with thermite for the day.
I mean, I could put a bag over her head, but I'm not sure that that would really fix anything.
It wouldn't stop people from knowing what... Yeah. No. All right, I'll go...
She gets one other thing.
Turn the floor over to sister.
She gets a thank you from every one of you. A genuine one. And if you don't feel like you can give her a genuine thank you, you can go furk yourself and then give her a thank you. And her friends get one too.
I would not have gotten into the building without them. I would not have gotten through any of it without them. We are a motley, and they were instrumental in everything that happened.
We're going to vote on that resolution.
You don't have to take away their baby mittens, though. They may need them.
Oh, we're not taking away their baby mittens. They're there for a reason. I'd rather not have them decapitated by the end of the day. I'm going to have to ask you to leave the chamber momentarily while we make this vote.
I make my way out.
Sister follows and closes the door.
I'm gonna have to make the first step in naming my wing that no one says chamber, because private
Rich?
chambers. Oh, just hearing my last name every 5 minutes is gonna get weird. Mortal names, you know.
It's your parents' fault.
It's like several dozens of generations back whenever they chose a fucking name.
You alright?
I'm trying to figure out what the catch is and what the trap is.
I'll look into it.
So actually, did you make the elevator door?
Not the elevator door, the front door.
Oh. See, that I can believe.
I thought you might. The door opens up again. Well, that didn't take long. Towards the end of the day, at end of business, we'll officially recognize you, Brom, and Sophia here. Is that acceptable?
It is.
Very well. Then that's what we're gonna do. In the meantime, enjoy. It's your first time here. It'll probably blow your fucking mind.
I would love for any specifications, limitations that will be for the wing, where the door will be for access, size, etc. Anything that you have already drawn up. Sent
That's
my
going to
way.
be Fuse who will deal with that with you. He'll be visiting you in the Spark next time that you're there, and he'll be going over the plans.
Excellent.
And then you see that... Actually, no. I would like you to roll me perception.
There we go. It's like, are you about to tell me I noticed something about someone's behavior?
He's kind of cute, and he's checking you out.
I mean, that's if I botch.
A classic.
No successes.
Okay.
He's kind of cute,
Yeah.
checking you out.
Great.
Brom, Sophia.
Yeah.
I'm like right behind Sophia.
I'm
Not
opening
like
the door.
bumblingly close. I'm just putting that out there.
Bumblingly close.
Whoa, she's dumb. Okay.
So, when you open the door, on the inside, you notice that you are in a very, very small area. Maybe about the size of this room. It's encased on all sides by a transparent material. You can tell this because you are, in fact, right smack dab in the middle of a massive aquarium. Surrounding you in this aquarium aren't animals, but tiny robotic fish that are just swimming around everywhere. Robotic salmon, robotic haddock, robotic octopuses, robotic squid, robotic shark, even a robotic whale.
It's fucking cool.
Clearly, this isn't supposed to be like an ecosystem because they're all just sort of like avoiding each other and not actively trying to eat each other. But standing on the inside, you see that there's a knocker who is poring over a computer, and you see that there's like 6 screens and all have lines of code, and the lines of code are like scrolling by like you see on television screens.
Sure.
As she's looking through this, her white hair is snagged up in 2 pigtails high up on her head, and as she's looking back and forth, they bounce. When they bounce, you can hear a tiny little jingle as they've been wrapped in a small little chain with bells along them so that they ring a little bit as she looks back and forth between the 2. When she turns around, you can see that she's wearing, unlike a lot of knockers who do wear things like jumpsuits and the like, she is wearing an actual wetsuit, although it seems dry at the moment. She's also pretty attractive.
What appearance?
Yeah, how attractive.
Yeah, I'm mentioning this because I knew that this would be something you asked. Her appearance is 4,
Yes.
which is, I believe, the highest you've seen on a knocker.
No. Huh.
Kate's
What
like,
is
not if I have
wrong?
anything to say, man. So
All
buy
my
this, buy this
experiments
shit
are
up.
Going into XP debt.
Oh my God. Patches,
You
you've
really
changed.
want to.
Cybernetic
Damn.
enhancement.
This is wonderful.
Just the guns.
Come in, close the door.
Everyone get in. I close Brom outside.
Oh,
So, you
Yep.
inside, the ceilings are tall enough that you can stand up straight, but it's like you got this much room
Right.
above the top of your helmet. And
How
Steve,
far
do-
up does the aquarium stretch? Like, is it
By
possi-
your estimate, about 30 meters.
That's
Which
pretty
also means that the amount of pressure that's being put on this particular section must be enormous.
Right.
There's an airlock, by the way, but it's only accessible by crawling into a tube that's down to the right.
This is quite beautiful.
Did you build all this?
Well, I designed most of it. My name's Lanta.
Sophia,
And Brom. This is Lady Kyoko.
Hi, Kyoko. And then she sort of looks at Brahm, and there's this moment of like, and she leans in close, and she just whispers, "I might as well be a man here, not a lady."
Force of habit. Except he probably yells it, right? You know? Force of habit!
Oh my God.
Get out there, Gwen. Go.
This is where I am planning an excursion towards a particular section of the far dreaming. A mining operation that I'm looking for. Except, honestly, I can't get any of the robots to work properly. The amount of water pressure is too great. So I've been trying to figure out what I can do with these fuckers right here.
I go over to her. I kind of want to like look at where she's looking. She's just looking at the screen. It makes no sense to me, probably.
So, as you look closer at the screen, do you have any computers?
Oh no, certainly not. That's fine.
I do.
Okay, you can roll.
Jack of
Wish you
all
rolled me wits
trades.
computers at a difficulty of 8.
All right.
I'm not
Take it.
trying to understand it myself, but I am trying to be close enough to inspire with my Soul of the Muse merit. Make it a little easier for her to figure out.
5 of the screens are running a screensaver.
Wow.
There's absolutely no reason for code to be running by on the screen like that.
Amazing. That's very funny.
well, it looks very impressive.
Well, it's a start. I've been working at it for 4 years.
Have you tried asking any of them what's wrong?
Oh, they're not intelligent
How do you know?
because I didn't design them to be.
They might surprise you.
They're all controlled with this, and she pats the computer in front of her.
Show me.
This is really deep blue.
Sorry.
Did Brahm actually let out with that?
I think I might have, actually. I think. Oof.
It means that there's only one person to ask. Right here. And he's being a bit cranky at the moment. And she kicks the tower that's in front of her, and it sort of rocks back. And if you look closely, there's dents all along the side of the tower case. It's a big tower. Like if you look at mine, it's like twice as big.
He's had a rough day.
I've had a rough day. He's being a little spoiled brat. Don't say that kind of Clart at me. I don't want to hear it. Okay? If your butt nuggets keep just dragging around here without actually doing anything useful, might as well boil you down and use it for scrap.
Oh, don't do that. You just need to communicate more clearly with each other.
It's a computer. It has no choice but to communicate clearly, or not, because I made it that way.
Maybe it has a secret that it's hiding from you.
What, like it secretly wished that it could ask Tammy out for prom 14 years ago?
You never know.
Knockers have a relationship with these machines.
Exactly. And if the relationship is dysfunctional, then you just need to fix it.
You have a relationship with machines? And then she sort of leans in a little bit more towards you. What kind of a relationship do you have with machines?
Talking about your relationship with the machines.
You
Yeah,
sure?
sorry. Okay.
What do you?
Yeah, sorry. I was referring to.
You said
Latin.
knockers have a very
Yes,
specific
but that's-
relationship with
yes.
Okay, cool.
She turns around and she clicks a button and all the screensavers click off, and you can see now it's just lines of code, but now it's just actual object-oriented programming.
Yes, I definitely know what that is.
Brom's like, that's better. I bought.
I'm not sure if I quite understand what would these sea creature mechanisms be able to do in order to reach the far dreaming.
It's not that they can't reach the far dreaming, it's what they can do when they're inside it. Different elements of the far dreaming are multivariate, as I'm sure that you can understand.
Yes.
And no one's been able to mine this particular section because it's completely underwater.
Mine it for what?
Good question.
Oh, is it a secret?
We don't know.
You won't know until you've mined it, Brom.
We do know that there are ore.
works.
We do know that there are ore deposits down there, but we haven't been able to dig any of them up because everything we've put in there is just completely crushed.
Right. The pressure. I don't know much about the ocean, water pressure, mechanical sea creatures, as beautiful as they are.
That's not true, bro. You know everything about pressure.
What?
Well, as I understand it, you eat pressure for breakfast?
Yes. I have been known to. It's the case, certainly.
Perhaps you should simply jettison him out into there. Well, I can't do that, not at this depth. He would... I can't imagine that you would have a very easy time breathing.
We could try.
My oxygen generator's on the fritz. So at the moment, we have to rely on actual deep sea tubes, which means that you won't have a chance to get acclimatized. I wouldn't go in there. It's
Nope.
why I haven't gone in today. Hey, are you with Flex?
Yes, we are.
He designed this that we're in.
Is there anything here Sister Flex did not design?
Well, yes, what Lanta
Yeah, like
designed.
every other thing. I mean, he's cool, but the rest of us actually do stuff.
I wasn't implying that you didn't. It's just, it seems a bit of a coincidence. That's all. He's very accomplished, Sister Flex. I was just surprised.
He was.
What does that mean?
I don't mean to be rude, but he hasn't really accomplished much in the past couple of years.
I think you might be surprised.
His mind's been on other things.
Yeah, I guess.
The ideas are percolating, though. So I would get a move on with this.
Sure.
How can we help? I want to see you succeed by the time we leave today. Otherwise, what was the point of our visit? I know you can do it. What?
I'm going to ask you to roll
Oh my god.
charisma
Oh,
leadership at a difficulty of 9.
Is this silver-tongued?
Yes.
Sweet. I'm going to spend a willpower, too. I really want to see these fish make it to the far dreaming. I'm really invested in this.
you totally said that before, and I was like, I didn't clock it right away, and I was like, man, like, you're so invested in this one thing happen. Anyway, I understand though.
Oh, just wait. This is only the first. Holy shit, Liz. What the fuck?
Ah. Shit, Liz.
That's 5 successes.
Wow.
All right.
Okay.
Wow.
Her eyes kind of glaze over, and she turns and she starts typing at her computer. Talk amongst yourselves over here.
Okay.
Blah.
Burr. I think that's what that was.
What was your role?
Charisma.
It was charisma leadership. And so my silver-tongued specialty applied. So I rolled a 0 and 2 9s, and I spent a willpower.
It's amazing.
It was nuts.
I thought. Well, we'll talk after, but I was thinking mental attributes, but no, so.
The thing is, the first roll was both of you did perception etiquette, and that only added 1. And then everything else, including your non-successful and my non-successful, or no, your non-successful perception gray mare has counted. So it's not every single roll.
Okay.
For some reason, that first roll only counted for one of you.
I wonder if that might have been an error, because otherwise all of the others have been.
Yeah, every single other roll has added a during success or fail. And everything else was perception, but this wasn't perception.
Right. Interesting.
Yeah.
Like how Sophia was basically like, wow, you can do it. And Lanta's just like, holy crap, I can.
She's such an asshole. Oh, God, I love her.
It's like, whoa, someone that hot believes in me? I
God
should.
damn. And I love how Sophia's like, this is my first and possibly only time visiting this place. So damn it. Like, I'm going to leave and 5 new inventions will have been completed and perfect. What a little shit.
Liz, is that
Oh, first one should have been 2. Look at that.
Great.
Liz, is that a merit that you have, or is that like a background thing, or a? Do you know what I mean?
Well,
is that like something you want, or is it something that you have access to?
So, in terms of merit, she has Soul of the Muse. So, if Sophia is in the presence of any creator, that creator reduces the difficulty to create their work by 3.
Wow.
So that is a merit that I bought. But
you have to be performing.
she's also like really obsessed with finding what is occupying someone and what they're really passionate about, and like making it better.
Don't see you helping me find a job.
You haven't told me that's what you want more than anything in this world. I'll find you something. Ooh, Kung Fu Fighters. This looks great.
Holy
That was the outfit you described. Actually, it was exactly the outfit you described. Also, damn.
Damn. Damn.
Okay.
Look, John.
You still here? Nice. I just thought it was fine. Never mind. Okay, we're good. All right. No.
Oh, sorry. There might be an emergency
had
bean duck thing.
Oh.
Well, you better not leave.
Patches.
We are dismissed, I guess.
They don't really dismiss you, but then they just start talking about other things.
Yeah, we're done. All right. No jokes, no sass. I'd love to see some things that you've made.
Come on. Let's see if we can find something in the archives.
Just the archives. Nothing living here. Though if you lead. You lead.
walks back into the elevator, and he says, "Archives." Yes. Well,
Fucking living for this.
door stops. No, the thing stops and the door's open. He steps forward, and you're in a you're on a catwalk. The catwalk looks over just like row after row after row after row of old-time filing cabinets, but these filing cabinets are huge. We're talking like room-sized for some of them. Some of them are normal, like this big. Some of them are like 8.5 by 11 like size.
Yeah.
Some of them are literally the size of a room. And sitting at a desk and turning around, you see a young knocker whose eyes widen a little bit, and he just goes, "Holy shit!"
Hi.
So excited.
Oh my glory. And he stands up, and his hand starts to shake as he extends it towards Sister Flex, who looks at it and just is like, shakes his hand. Shish patches. No way.
And I'm guessing your name isn't No Way.
No, it's not. And he shakes your hand.
What is your name?
It's Blockhead.
Is it?
Actually, though.
Oh, it's what everybody calls me.
That's not very nice.
Blockhead.
Suits me just fine.
Do you work with blocks?
Yeah, look down.
Fair.
I thought I'd show her the archives, but you can. It'll give me a chance to get something from the cafeteria.
I was trying to think that's just drugs.
All right.
I'll be right back.
The
He turns and he
cafeteria.
goes back into the elevator, and you hear him say, "Cafeteria!" And the doors close.
At least he wasn't lying about that part. So, do you want me to refer to you as Blockhead?
Well, yeah, it's my name.
All right. I would like to see something or several things that Sister has designed. I don't know if you have a categorization system that would make it easier.
Oh, of course I got a categorization system.
Good.
And he punches a couple of buttons on an old school typewriter keys, and then rolling up from the inside is a screen that it showcases like all different kinds of categorizations. We're talking based on size, based on volume, mass, materials, function, whether it's restricted or not, whether it's ever been released or not, how much profit it's generated. He types a couple of buttons, and then these cranes come in from out of the sky and lower and grab one of the cases and pushes it so that you can see as it opens, all the rest of the filing cabinets shift over to make room. As when you look down, you see a go-kart, except that surrounding the go-kart is what looks to be a soda fountain.
So, why this one?
Because I made it.
Cool. But I did ask for something that Sister Flex had made.
I'm showing it to you right now. He designed the archives.
Okay. You were super impressed that it was him that he walked in. I clearly am missing some huge thing. Did he build the whole Grand Bes Din?
No, just the door
The door, the
And the
archives.
and the cafeteria.
Oh my god.
And
That's it for this building. Do you want to see some of his inventions?
I mean,
Because the crane systems are all his.
tell me about your go-kart with soda.
Oh, I really like
Golf cart?
driving, but at the same time, I really just want to be able to, serve people drinks. So I thought that it would be really cool for kids' parties, like you could drive
Yeah.
around and they could just walk up and get a drink, whatever they wanted.
That works.
Didn't sell very well.
It's too
Aw.
bad. It's probably a bit of a high-end niche market. Need something a little more lowest common denominator to sell well, I would guess. Or you need to get into the Hemmeke Schlemmer magazine.
Geschlemmen?
Hemmeke Schlemmer, something like that? I don't fucking know. There's a magazine that just has like really weird. Sure, Google will figure out what the fuck I'm trying to say.
Mm. No, I'm into it.
Here.
Yep, Hemmeke Schlemmer.
Thank you.
Let me show you. And he types in now instead under the inventor. He types Zisser Flex.
Mm-hmm.
And then you see that there's... Actually, I'm going to actually roll. Roll me Witscraft skills at a difficulty of 7.
One, two, three, 4, 5. 5.
At the bottom right of the screen, there's an Easter egg where it normally shows the progress bar. Now, instead, you notice that it shows a mechanical hand crawling across the bottom of the screen. And then when it gets to the end, it pulls the screen over so then it shows the list instead of it just swiping over on its own. He presses another couple of buttons and the glass filing cabinet that's pulled out gets lifted up and then brought forward to the catwalk itself. And he reaches over and he lifts open a lid, and on the inside is a magnificently crafted mechanical arm. Very similar to one that you've seen in the past. Now, I want you to see just how brilliant this Balmaco is, okay? Have a look. And he lifts the end and shows you that there are millions of tiny little optical fibers extending out from the base.
I've had the fortune to see one of these in action.
You can feel pain with one of these things.
It's highly skilled, it's highly advanced. You can tell that making this meant a lot to him.
Yeah, and the weirdest thing is that we've never seen him work on prosthetics before. It's like he has no lead time. He can research things that others can't, but when he decides that he wants to build something that someone else has already started working on, it's like he learns everything about it in a day. It's crazy. I've never seen a knocker be able to absorb that much information that quickly.
Okay, now that starts to sound suspicious. He's got a time turner.
Oh, you want to see one of those? Hold on.
Yes. Oh, here comes the time paradox. Can't wait.
Time turner!
Yes.
That was it.
I'm sorry, what was it?
There's a problem that I've been trying to solve for so long. One of the greatest tricks that anyone's ever managed to accomplish is the creation of new life. We see it all the time, right? I mean, that's what sex does, and essentially having a functioning uterus, and you create life, right? But you don't actually have that much control over it. You're creating life, but you're not shaping it. The shaping comes after the child is born, right? But knockers have done something a little different. We've been able to create artificial life, a golem. I didn't realize that what I was doing was creating one here. And the reason why he's been so cranky is because I haven't let him go.
To be his own.
He's resisting me as much as he can because ultimately he still has to do what I say. That's why his runtimes have been so limited. I have to let him go.
Is there a danger in this?
Thank you.
I mean,
Killer
of course,
AI, let's go.
right?
We appreciate power.
For all I know, you could give birth to the next despot or a hardened criminal. We don't know when someone's born how they're going to turn out. But maybe it's wrong of me to hold him back. But now that I know what the answer is, I can continue researching, I can continue studying, and I can bring it up with the Diane. See if maybe I could get a golem license for this. I never would have thought of this.
You would have.
She's lying. You never would have thought of it. Tragically, your genius is simply misplaced. You yourself, an artificial intelligence that only believes she's a... What's she talking about?
I wouldn't worry too much about it. Kyoko exists on a plane very far from ours.
Okay.
And then I look at Kyoko and I just say, above ours.
If you start seeing that there's a halo hanging from the corner of your four-post bed, we're done.
I do not have posts on my bed.
Structural reinforcement may be something we should look into.
Brahm reddens, if that is possible.
They have such a similar way of speaking that it's really. I'm like, did Lanta
great,
just
eh?
say that to you?
Gasp!
Dear God.
Lanta, please. I'm basically married again.
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 Thanks for throwing in the again.
I gotta go. Oh, shit.
I'm fascinated to hear that these creatures are going to be making their way to the far dreaming.
Maybe. If...
Yes. Yes, there will.
I have to give him a name.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to name them?
No. He's yours.
As much as any child is belonging to their parents.
If the parent names the child.
I'll have to think.
The right name will come to you.
I hope so.
I hope to speak to you again about what they find out there. I'm fascinated by the far dreaming myself.
I'll have to let you know.
Please do. Here.
It's my phone number.
Where did you... Like, do you have pockets in that jumpsuit?
Yes.
Nice.
Of course.
No hesitation. Absolutely.
I cut them in myself. I
Sophia
must.
needs her
Absolutely.
pockets.
I think there needs to be, like, an awareness campaign made about pockets. Like, their
Not,
necessity.
not everyone has them, man.
No, I know.
Very sad.
It's very
I realized
upsetting
that
when-
I was wearing a dress yesterday that didn't have pockets.
Oh.
Thank goodness my phone ran out of battery, so I didn't need my phone.
Ah.
Damn.
Yeah.
I better get back to work.
It was lovely to meet you.
Nice to meet you, too.
Lanta, how... I'm sorry, I'm very curious. How do you... How are these creatures going to be directed to the far dreaming? How will they... Is there such a thing as underwater trods? I'm not familiar with how they might get there.
Yes.
Oh.
Several different trods exist. Some exist only across sky, some underwater, some through space or vacuum.
And so they have a path to travel. It's just a matter of directing them there.
I think I might have to go with them. I'm not sure that I'll be able to communicate with them robotically or remotely. I'm going to have to be there.
It sounds like quite the adventure.
Isn't that what life's fucking all about?
Yes.
And Kyoko just murmurs behind you, well, fucking doesn't always have to be an adventure. But it is if you're doing it right.
Can I reach behind and just like give her props? Is that weird?
Do you actually do this as
No, it's Brahm.
But he does go, huh, 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 huh,
I'll probably like squeeze her hand later or something. I don't know.
I just
About that
wanted
thing
to let
you
you
said
know
earlier.
that was wicked sick.
I saw
that's
a
the right
great
word, right?
knocker broom closet
just
over there. I
grinded
thought
my way
maybe we
down
could
the
take 10.
360 ollie something.
I totally did a 50-50 dark side.
So many points. These were Tony.
Can I kickflip that into a nollie and then do a reversal up the ramp?
I suppose.
Rodney Mullen's my favorite.
Wow. Anything else in the room to do?
No.
Are
I
we
was
leaving?
just-
We booking it?
I think so. Lanta, maybe Odysseus as a name because of the journey.
Oh, that's not bad, Brahm.
What happened to Odysseus's mom?
Perhaps we should reconsider the myths.
That might work out.
I actually don't remember who Odysseus' mom was. This is going to bother me.
I mean,
I'm just going to go
Great
with
character.
probably
Tragedy.
nothing good.
tragedy.
Have to look it up. His dad threw himself off a cliff or something, no? When he didn't come home?
Did somebody just
Or is that
crack?
Theseus?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
Okay. It just sounded like, if that was like knuckles cracking or whatever, then it sounded incredibly satisfying.
Yeah.
Thanks, Aragorn.
Thank you.
Oh?
And take care.
Anticlea.
We are against Cleos around here.
Mm-hmm.
Anti-clear.
But we're on our way out, I think.
Closing the door very gently behind us.
Close it really hard, crack all the...
Oh,
no.
shit.
Too bad.
Next door?
Just want to say, Lady Sophia. Oh, sorry, I totally lower my voice on the lady, by the way. I just want to say, Lady Sophia, that that's quite something that you managed to accomplish. Lenta seemed like she was going to be struggling for some time.
She was just a little stuck. She needed some perspective.
It's very impressive.
Thank you.
Do you think that we might find our way into the far dreaming underwater as well?
I don't think underwater is our path. But our path hasn't been revealed yet. Maybe it has something to do with the tree. We have to go back.
Right now.
We have to go... Oh! She got sucker punched by
Hoi.
Sophia. Well, initiative, I guess.
What's it like?
What?
I mean, working with him.
I mean, I haven't been around every knocker, but he doesn't seem all that different.
When he shows up here, he kicks everybody out of whatever room that he's working in.
Yep.
He doesn't sleep for days at a time and then
Yep.
eventually comes out with something.
Yep.
Then why is he working with you?
I showed up. I kept showing up. Eventually, he gave me a little bit of time of day. Then he up and fucked off for a while and left me in charge. So, I think I was convenient at the time. That said, since I proved myself, because I didn't fuck up the spark in his absence, and I gained his trust.
I don't think you could ever be considered inconvenient.
No, I was convenient.
You want to see something really cool?
Sure.
But you can't tell anybody I showed you, okay?
Okay.
Uh-oh.
He reaches down and he clatters on the keys again. And the arm gets taken back and gets put away. And then another thing comes up and then puts itself. This box is about maybe the size of the table in front of you. And you see him clattering again, and you can tell that he's deleting his search history as he goes. Check it out. And he opens the box, and inside
Shivering with anticipation.
this is the only other prosthetic I've ever seen him make. And it's a dragon's wing. It's obviously not a very big dragon's wing. But at first glance, it just looks as if somebody lopped one off of a dragon and put it in a box, albeit without the blood and gore. But when you bend closer to it to examine it, you realize that it's made of synthetics, not flesh or skin.
And would it be the right size for little one? Or too big?
It would have been too big for little one.
When was this made? Or
About-
patented?
About 2.5 years ago?
Huh. And is it silver? Or gray? Or yeah. What an interesting creation.
Here's what I don't understand. Why? I mean, because it's synthetic, because it's not real. It's not like you can use it as, like, you know, some wizard needing, like, wing of
Eye of Newt.
dragon.
I think at some point he was researching chimera, and perhaps he was trying to synthesize a chimera.
Who'd want to help a dragon?
Help. What if this was the first part in building one?
It seemed kind of weird to start on a wing, wouldn't it?
Wouldn't that be the most difficult part?
No, I think that would be the brain. I mean, they don't call me Blockhead for nothing.
Peanut gallery, sorry.
So you think he was helping a dragon?
I don't know.
A
Weird,
whole
right?
wing.
Maybe he just
But this seems smaller. Dragons like huge.
depends on the dragon, I guess. I don't really know that much about them. To be honest, he patented this and then never released it.
Did he release the other arm? The arm you showed me?
Yeah, it's really expensive to make, and I think that there's only 4 existing ones in the world today. All of them nobles, all of them with way too much money.
Oh, it just shows that he's not too young, too old for adventure.
He's old as fuck.
Sure seems to be. But if you're making dragon wings, I think that speaks to a certain spirit of adventure, don't you?
It's just weird, right? You know, like, he spends the first part of his entire career making weapons. And then he spends the second part of his career making seemingly things at random. And then he stops. The last thing that he was working on, a project he never told anybody about. We just knew that it was something big, and we haven't heard a thing about it. Not for months. Not for like a year.
He was working on something, whether it was what he had filed here or something he hadn't filed yet, that turned out not through his own doing, but through outside interference to become dangerous.
What was he making?
He was trying to create something wonderful.
Yeah, I get that. But come on. What was the old bastard up to?
But if he made this 2 years ago, that doesn't fit into my timeline.
Oh, does it?
Yeah, but come on. He must have been working on it while you were around.
No, actually, I don't know what he's been working on lately. I only know what he was working on a long time ago. I mean, I've seen... He's let me help him hold tools and solder nothings onto circuitry. He's still making things.
Anything else of his you want to look at?
What's the first thing he patented?
First thing. Yeah, I think I can find that. And the wing gets pulled away, and then what comes up is a box maybe the size of a Coke can. And inside, I want you to roll me your intelligence firearms at a difficulty of 7.
Three.
3. So, as you look inside, you see that it is what appears to be a very, very thin piece of paper. It's rolled around, but upon closer inspection, it's not paper. It's made out of some polymer that you can't quite identify, but it's definitely not as fragile. But it has rifling along it and various holes on either side. It appears to be an interior suppressor for a pistol, which shouldn't work.
No, it shouldn't.
And yet.
That's super fucking cool. Are there any theories around here as to why he would have stopped working on weaponry?
Like I said, the guy just absorbs information. Maybe at some point he decided that there wasn't any challenge in this anymore.
Yeah, that sounds like him.
Or maybe it's some, like, stupid thing like, I don't want to be responsible for making, like, instruments of destruction.
Yeah.
Stupid, right?
Wow.
I mean, guns are cool.
There.
You want to see my gun?
I get to have one of Sister's own design.
No way.
Never told me I couldn't show anyone. Nice box, right?
Which box do you hold?
The box that my rifle transforms into.
You have the entropic?
I do.
And he leans forward and he starts typing furiously at the console. You too.
Mm-hmm.
Roll initiative, Patches. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
I didn't want to see his gun, so I was like, "Fine, look at mine instead." Hashtag
I'll
phrasing.
kill you for it. Oh my god. Mm-hmm.
All right. Door number 2.
We should explore some more, I agree. Kyoko, you're not too hungry yet, I hope. We will head to the cafeteria at some point.
You should probably see the cafeteria as soon as you can.
There seems to be some special significance to this place. Does it serve more than food?
It's not about the food.
Sophia?
I suppose we could keep exploring after lunch. Lead the way, Kyoko.
Who knows,
She
maybe
heads
Sister
towards
Patches will be there.
She heads towards a different door, and as she approaches, you see that some knockers come out in the atrium, and one of them just turns his head and smacks into the other one in the front,
Clonk.
spilling the tray that he has in front of him, and one test tube falls over and
Why?
and just starts eating away at the floor.
I said they should put away
Damn it!
thermite.
And Britches just looks over and looks at Sophia for a second, and then just shakes her head.
And I'm just picturing like a series of stills of people like trying to clean up the explosion and like things starting to collapse around.
And Sophia's just
everything.
done.
And Sophia's just like la 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 la, floating her way towards the cafeteria, not noticing all the chaos.
Drinking
behind
her
her.
tea.
That's funny.
It's probably best that we don't look or touch or feel or exist.
Well, we can only help some of those.
She opens the door to the cafeteria. The cafeteria
All right, all right.
is not a place designed to serve food. There is a very plain looking pedestal at the end of a room that's approximately 300 meters long. The pedestal has a plate on it. You can see that it's sitting on a slot, so occasionally it's a plate, but sometimes it lowers down and it comes up and instead it's a mug. Sometimes that lowers down and it comes up, and now it's a serving bowl. At the far end of the room is a railgun. The railgun has 6 knockers just crawling over it, making slight adjustments here and there. And there's one knocker who's standing close to where you are, on this sort of cordoned off area. And there are a couple of tables here where there's ostensibly places where someone can eat. This knocker is wearing an apron, and the apron says, "Nuke the chef." He's got very long hair, which he has tied up in a braid, which he then has wrapped up and around and around and around on the back. His hands are gnarled. He has, he looks kind of rugged in a way, like the sort of way that you would imagine like a knocker who spent a lot of time in the Old West and who was sort of like Robert Redford hot.
Nice.
His appearance is 3.
Yes.
Afternoon. What can I get you?
What are the options?
Well, I reckon we can get you just about frickin' anything in this room. As long as you don't mind it being prepared under a certain different kind of apparatus.
Well, I'm certainly game.
Here we cook food using the friction of the air.
No.
You interested in, you look to me like a sort of gentleman who might appreciate a good T-bone steak.
Well, we are near the coast, so I would have said fish, but if you're
Surf
offering
and
steak...
turf. Very well. All right. And he scribbles something in long form on a piece of paper. And he looks up. And you hear the sound of coils charging up. Along the length of this railgun, you see lights popping up in sequence over and over again. And you see one knocker just reach up
covering my
and
groin.
place a raw, floppy steak
Wow.
and
Sorry.
a lobster tail on top of this railgun, and then close the opening hatch, and then pushes a button. In 0.0003 seconds, the food launches itself towards the platform, and the plate swings up. It splats on the. And it would normally explode, except that the plate bends and just slows the food down over the course of another 50 meters or so, and then it snaps back and forth until the plate slips back down, and there is a steaming steak and lobster tail.
I can't believe what I'm seeing. This is incredible. The amount of energy that must be released by this is... Or that it would take to cook something via friction.
It's entirely inefficient. To be honest, the only reason we keep it around is because it inspires all of us. This was Flex's last weapon. This thing is capable of delivering a payload of Cheerios halfway around the world and embedded itself inside someone else's skull. Except for the fact that the Cheerios would disintegrate somewhere over the Atlantic.
You say it was his last weapon.
He specifically made it so that you can't actually use it anywhere but inside of the building. And he made sure that it's pointed directly at the atrium, which means that if anybody wants to use it as a weapon of war, they'd be destroying the Grand Bes Din. It's our self-destruct button. So we figured out another use for it. Now it cooks us our food.
You
Is it
said
we-
it inspires you?
Look, lady, if we put ourselves a depleted...
Sophia.
Oh, sure.
And you are?
Woof.
Not a lady. Excuse me, I need to sneeze.
Bless you, Bart.
Oh, come on, sneeze.
Don't do
Come
that,
on,
Scott.
sneeze.
You're an asshole.
I do that every fucking time, too, sorry.
Oh, I fucking died.
I've done that literally 3 times in the last week. I feel really bad. Sorry, guys.
Oh,
You're so nice.
Fuck.
In so much of your life, that's where you get your assholishness out. It's by
not on
cursing people's
purpose.
sneezes.
It's not on purpose. Not a lady the knocker. Oh, it's true.
my name's Grimmin.
Gremmin?
Grimman.
Pleased to meet you.
He created something and made sure that it could only ever destroy what he actually wants to build. And then he challenged us to find a reason to use it. Because that thing, if it isn't fired at least once a day, it'll explode.
Oh, it just keeps getting better and better, doesn't it?
So, we had to find a way to self-contain the unit. Have it delivered a payload that we could intercept, slow down so that it wouldn't destroy anything.
So he forced you to be even more creative than you originally would have been.
Except that we decided that if we were going to be spending this energy, we might as well do it with someone more useful. So, for instance, if you've ever wanted to have water pass through about, 12 times the speed of sound through coffee beans, it'll give you a very interesting kind of vintage.
How about soup? Can it do soup?
Well, yeah. It can do just about anything. We've been calibrating this for about 10 years now.
How about a clam chowder?
This is Halifax. I'm reasonably sure that if we couldn't serve clam chowder, it would be declared illegal.
I agree. How's the steak, Brom?
I didn't know. I don't even know if it was delivered to me.
Okay, so in all honesty, the steak, it's okay. It's not that good.
It was cooked by friction.
It was made by like friction through the air.
Yeah.
It's okay. Like there's better ways to cook a steak. It's edible, which is kind of the interesting part of it. But like
You're not
clearly
dead.
this thing, while it's capable of making food, it's not like it's certainly not better than other methods.
Right. Sister left this, like you said, as a challenge to you all. But why he left weaponry behind? He did it in such a public way.
For some reason, he decided that he no longer wanted to make weapons.
And felt the need to tell everybody in such a dramatic fashion.
He felt the need to display it, but he never explained his decision.
That sounds like him.
True. It does.
So this was a few years ago?
10.
10 years ago.
Aragorn, I will fucking fight you.
I think everyone in this room will fight you. I'm sorry that you have had a poor
Oh,
experience.
she
with
says it's
sous vide.
good, but it's wrong. I'm not gonna lie. There's something very strange about just putting like raw meat in a Ziploc bag and dunking it underwater and just leaving it. Like when you think about it, it's kind of
It's
bizarre. I think
science.
that's what she's talking about.
Yeah.
I said
It's just
good.
like, please don't kill
Sounds
me.
good. Jesus fucking Christ, John. What the fuck's wrong with you? I'm going to sous vide like
Aragorn
something
has-
right
John
now.
was an early
Unmodded
adopter.
herself. Yeah, that's true.
So,
I fucking
delicious.
knockered me
Oh.
up some sous vide.
yeah,
It's true.
I've heard.
Did.
I went out and I bought a
going for
machine designed to keep medical test tubes at a certain temperature, and like it had like an agitator so that it would keep mixing the test tubes in this immersion bath. Thing weighed about 120 pounds. It was like just this big. It was like massive. I like almost herniated like every vertebrae that I had getting it down into my parents' basement, and they refused to eat from it because they were like, we don't know what this is, and you bought it from a surplus medical. Like,
that is a
equipment
little
thing.
weird. Objectively
Oh
speaking.
my
it's-
god, it was good.
You know, they have actual things.
Yeah, it's true. We really have to stop making any kind of statement about anything.
I mean, you're not wrong.
All right, yes, I will have a clam chowder, please.
Clam chowder. Writes it down. And
Oh,
you
Jesus.
see a knocker just be like, all right, and takes like, just takes like a box and just dumps it in,
Ah,
and then
Kyle. My chowder.
hands it to you. It's still steaming. It's okay. It's like the clam chowder that you'd get at a restaurant, but not like a mom and pop seafood restaurant, like a Red Lobster.
All right. Eh.
'Twill serve.
Patches.
He's pulling up the schematics of the entropic.
Yes. Pulls them up. And you see that this is the a weapon that he clearly designed, and that there's 5 sections for chips to be inserted inside. This is the weird thing. He got this thing patented, but he left out certain parts. Left out some of the information.
Like the chips?
Yeah. We don't even know why he designed them to be removable chips. I mean, like, why would you want to break your weapon but still make it somewhat usable? It doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, I think I'm still figuring that out myself.
Thing's legendary. That was his personal weapon, the one that he carried himself.
I wonder if he really is a time traveler.
I mean, because, like, that would be possible. Why? What do you mean?
I don't know. Building something like this, scattering pieces of it everywhere, leaving without notice, suddenly changing what he's working on and then not working on things.
He's one firked up Kanaker. We all know that.
Yeah.
And then the door opens up and he walks back out and he goes, oh, fuck, and just slams down so that the plans for the entropic go away. And instead just shows the suppressor.
Search. Yeah. Okay, the suppressor. Yeah. Wasn't the suppressor a secret too? No, it wasn't. It was something else.
Coffee.
Sure.
He hands you coffee. When you taste it, there's something very strange about it. Like, it's definitely coffee.
Yeah.
It tastes like coffee, but you've never had coffee like that. It's not clear why.
Do I have any sense of it with my eidetic taste? Can I, like, try to put my finger on it?
That's just it. You can tell that the beans that are being used for this, they're like standard Folgers, like dark roast coffee. But this doesn't taste like Folgers dark roast coffee. But you know it's Folgers dark roast coffee.
All right, sister. What is this?
It's coffee delivered to you at 10 Mach. Anyway.
10 Mach?
Yes.
So it's high-speed
Yes.
coffee. So like an espresso with like 2 X's?
Oof.
Espresso doesn't have any X in it.
Yeah, tell every second fucking coffee shop.
I'm telling you.
So, very cool archives.
I'm very good at making crange and hange that put things where they need to be.
And weaponry. And then an interesting assortment of things over recent years.
Going through my old yearbook.
I wanted to see something you had made, and you showed me something you had made, but not quite in the way I thought. If I'm gonna be
I'm nothing if not predictable.
I beg to differ. What's your favorite place in the Grand Bes Din?
My favorite place. Just the balefire room.
I think we can request access if we wouldn't normally.
Yeah, but if we're gonna do that, let's get your friends together.
Will do.
Do.
We'll go find one of those buttons.
Hello.
Thanks, Blockhead.
Anytime. I'm needed anytime. I'm down here by myself a lot. It's not boring, mind you. It's a fascinating invention, and you're just like, it's fine.
It's a shame. There's so much to be learned from the past. You can't only be trying to... If you only try to start with your own inspiration, you're going to end up wasting time reinventing the wheel before you can make the next best vehicle.
He doesn't understand that he has the most important job here.
And it sounds like others here don't understand it either.
Oh, no, they do. It's just that they don't need to be down here 24/7.
No.
This is Britches. What can I do for you?
I'm trying to meet up with the rest of my friends. If
They're in the cafeteria.
Excellent. Thank you very much.
Shall I direct them to another place?
I look at Zuster.
Britches, take them to the balefire antechamber. I'll meet them there. You're sure?
Oh, yes.
I don't chew my cabbage twice.
I mean, I guess.
Guess he's not
A knocker enters while you're enjoying your clam chowder, your steak, and lobster tail, and Kyoko's Funyuns.
They're like hot though, or are they like melted?
Yeah,
kind of.
they're,
That's
like, kinda hot.
weird.
fresh. Super fresh.
Classic.
And as you're sitting there, Britches enters. Zister has asked if you would go to the balefire.
Something funny.
Just walk into the balefire. Sorry. That's what I pictured. With
All right.
Prom, no.
Rip.
Sounds reasonable, I
Just,
guess.
yet another one of the like robot crane hands just goes.
The mittens aren't doing anything.
I thought I was
Sorry,
invincible. Ow.
Why is every knocker here? Why are they chanting on the observation deck? Why does the balefire have an observation deck?
We require blood sacrifice.
Britches, where is that?
Oh, I'm going to lead you.
Oh, good. Is everyone done?
Yes.
It's just a lobster tail hanging out of your mouth.
I believe I've literally eaten the fastest Funyun. Truly, today I am a god.
Indeed. You never cease to surprise me. Us. Funyuns. What? Keep looking at me for. Exactly.
You're going to have to Google that, Kung Fu Fenris. We can't do it justice.
Britches takes you to the balefire antechamber. And this is a room that, in an odd twist, is made entirely out of vegetation. You're actually standing in the hollowed out trunk of a massive tree. Hanging from the roof, vines, animals scurrying around.
Animals.
They're tiny mammals. And there's even some artificial waterfalls on the inside, creating an atmosphere of pure serenity, in a way.
I would live here if I could.
That'll be all, British. Thank you.
It's the most beautiful place I've ever seen. Can we do this at the Spark?
Maybe in the garden.
Oh,
I find it interesting that the balefire here at the Grand Bes Din wouldn't be I don't know, mechanized somehow, or...
It is. Kyoko puts her ear to the side of the tree. Listen.
I
And
try
you
to
can
listen.
hear the sound of gears and cogs and the functions of inclined planes, pulleys, levers.
So that means that none of this is like natural. It's all
no,
mechanical.
it's natural.
Okay.
This was designed to remind us that there is a machine out there. A machine that we didn't build, that we inherited.
Do you believe that, Sister Flex?
We've only got one planet. I mean, it's more of an art piece than anything else, this place.
It's beautiful.
But it's the one place in here that doesn't feel synthetic. And believe me, I like synthetic. But at the same time, we make our choices. And we can get wrapped up in our workshops. So, to come here, sometimes it reminds me exactly what we're doing. This is only my second favorite place. It's beyond that door. I'll be waiting here for you.
You're not coming.
I don't need to right now.
Patches, would you like to
Not go. I'll lead,
lead the way? I was going to say. Yeah. Would you like to not go?
Patches, I know this is your first time here. It's been hyped up a lot, so let's just love the mystery.
No,
I'm
I
going
think
to
this
go.
should remain close.
I saw this really cool TED Talk, and mystery boxes are totally the thing.
JJ. Yeah, anyway. Yeah, I'm following along here.
When you get to the balefire, you see that it is truly massive. The balefire in the Spark is big. It's big enough that, you can walk around it. It's like a bonfire. This is an inferno. It isn't, however, raging out of control. The flames still embody chaos. They flicker and flash in all colors, all spectrums. And sometimes it coils low, sometimes it coils up, sometimes it flares out. But surrounding the balefire are thousands of molds. The molds move over the balefire as if by clockwork. And I'm not talking about, like steampunk, like steam billowing over. Like, we're talking like a magnificent clock or a precision watch. Moving each mold, knowing exactly when the chaos will occur in any one individual nanosecond, so that each mold can have its time to melt metal within, to create the precision parts that every knocker needs, not just here in the Grand Bes Din, but those afar. The molds themselves have addresses. Some of the addresses are simple, like the 5th floor. Some of them are distant. But every single one of them gets the exact amount of time it needs in the fire, controlled by just one massive watch. On the ground in front of you, the floor contains readouts of every single part that's being moved in, but these readouts aren't digital, they're analog. Written down on a piece of paper that just slides by under glass or the equivalent beneath your feet. It's as if you are standing directly over the balefire and seeing everything that it's creating all at once.
This is maybe a bit of a silly question, but is there anyone else here? This truly is like operated by sort of clockwork or by mechanics. Well,
This is brilliant.
It's astounding.
parts required for creations the world over.
And each and every one of those get its own taste of magic to take out back into the world.
Grand Bes Din produces the greatest things, and this is part of it. It's not just pride.
I didn't think so, but it really makes a difference to see it all.
I'm curious to try to like read some of the readouts on the floor here. You said there were like kind of records, I guess, of what was being created or shipped, or I'm just out of curiosity. Does it list shipping addresses? Does it list sort of like destinations, or is it just like
They're
itemized
codes.
lists? Okay.
On the molds themselves are addresses that you can see. But on the readout that's happening, these are just names and codes.
Brahm's looking for wife number 5.
4.
4.
No, Four came and went.
Perhaps.
That was the lady at the beach.
Ah, yes, Amanda.
Missed out.
How could I forget? Perhaps this one will come in a mold. Yeah, exactly. She started it.
I can see why this is his favorite place here. I can sit here for hours. But it also makes me want to go out and create.
What do you want to create, Patches?
I have a project.
Mind sharing what it is?
I think you might get a little too interested in helping, and I'm not sure I'm ready to share yet.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
I'll let you in on it when it's ready.
Yay!
It refuses to stop.
What do you mean?
That's fair, Patches.
It's not.
Just in the back, like,
Weeping in a corner.
could you tell us? Is it something that inspired you
Grand
here?
Bes Din has asked me to help them build and design a new wing. One that will welcome outsiders.
That's wonderful, Patches.
That is an incredible honor.
Kyoko approaches you from the side and just very quietly reaches one arm around and just gives you like a Christian side hug.
Nice.
It's well deserved.
They want to keep me on their good side.
I don't blame them. I want to keep you on my good side.
So, I think there will come a time where decor is a factor. But that's many months away.
I'll try to be patient. In the meantime, if you
And
want
I think there
any
may be
input.
work for you
I-
as well.
For me?
Oh boy, I get to sweep.
Wait, I just
Hurry,
need a bed
hurry
that's long
hard.
enough for me.
No, I'm going to.
Please.
I'm going to
I'm
use
so
him as
alone.
a consultant on the day-to-day needs that people just don't fucking think about that he has to deal with as a doorman / caretaker. of
Like
a
going
building.
pee.
So yeah.
It's an important
yeah.
consideration.
Mhm.
You would be surprised how many buildings, restaurants have inadequate washroom facilities.
Seriously. But actually.
Yo, Patches, the crane broke down. Oh, okay, 1 second. Brom,
Oh.
we need you inside for a second. You gotta lift something.
We call our new plumbing system the Brom.
The
Okay, catch.
Look, I'm helping. Okay. When you exit the room, Zister's sitting down on a massive mushroom.
Oh. Oh, right. Okay.
I've done a couple of cool things in my life. But if you look in there, there's so many knockers. And I'm not even sure what they're building. But it's all there.
You know, there were a number of people today who asked if you were building anything these days. And that made me wonder if you are.
No. The Dia need to see you.
You haven't been working on a thing. You've been working on someone.
A single tear. Is this insightful or desires?
Insightful, yes.
But if you botch, he desires you.
Oh.
One of my best pulls.
He hides it well, but he's blushing.
After what Patches said, right?
Yes.
Yeah. That you've been working on some. Juan.
Someone.
He's blushing because he caught a sight of that bulge that Brom's just rocking.
Brom's still wearing his bathing suit. He never changed after that. Oh my god.
Oh, shoot. I knew I forgot something this morning. Oh. At least this safety vest complements it.
Kyoko asked me to leave it on. I don't know.
Oh, no.
Oh no. He's such a mess. He's such a mess.
You make him that way. Okay, yeah, we're good.
When you're eventually
yes.
taken to the Diane's chambers, Fuse again stands up. You would recognize him. He's there. You're wearing visitor badges. You're wearing the orange vests that we require. Shoes. Except that it's through your actions that in fact you protected us. Clearly, we do not have to worry about you. You're welcome to remove them if you wish. You are not visitors here any longer. We thank you, all three of you, and those who aided you. It was our darkest hour. Your squire, similarly, will be afforded the same honor.
Where is she?
Still recovering.
Oh,
Is she
shit.
still dead?
No, she's...
She's still
No,
recovering.
we met her. We
Okay.
met her again.
Okay. Oh my god.
Thank you. I understand the series of unfortunate events, but it's... She was doing what she thought best. As were you. I'm glad we can come to an understanding in the future.
Now I want another perception empathy. This one is absolutely insightful.
I like how you have an insightful like specialty. That's so cool.
Right?
Like, I don't know. You're just like, yeah.
I have a very
intuitive.
specific set of criteria under which I allow insightful.
Right, of
Or
course.
successes. Okay, so Fuse is absolutely like down with what's going on. The others are also down with what's going on, but they are like chafing under the
Decorum.
yeah.
The groveling, almost.
Like they're like, yeah, no, this is correct. Like, it's sort of like I know that I should do the laundry and fold my clothes and put them away, but like I could also just dig them out of the bag every time I needed a shirt. But today I will fold my laundry.
Ugh. Wow.
Yeah, so then I'm going to just make a point of making eye contact with all of them and just giving a little
She also
Smile or
pointed that
nod.
2 of them are also like ridiculously attracted to you,
excellent.
and the rest of them are like, yep, that's a very beautiful person. 2 of them, it's just undisguised like, oh damn.
Especially now because I've very, courteously removed my hat and, well, I don't have my sun hat anymore because it's destroyed utterly. So I'm just going to adjust my hair.
That was my bad.
Yeah, no shit. Zester owes me a new hat.
No, dude.
He will not be picking it out.
You're welcome. Here. Hopefully, neither party will regret that.
Let's move forward and learn from the past.
Fucking right.
I feel like we should be like cheersing or something.
Yeah, it feels like that, eh?
Yeah.
It would be six months before the information about Dantaine that Sophia requested arrived. It would be 6 months before the Grand Bes Din finally managed to figure out the dimensions. Both real and imaginary,
Oh, shit. Yeah. Sorry.
that their new wing demands. And it would be 6 months before someone special returned to Brahm's life.
Oh, no.
Next session will take place in real time. Well, it will take place at the present time, not real time.
Right.
Role playing in real time is a different kind of role playing together. But I think we'll end this session here.
Yay. You returned to Montreal. It has been ravaged by vampires or some such. Who knows?
Sucks to be you.
6 months go by. You let everything get destroyed.
But it's Yule.
Hooray.
You'll have a lot to worry about today. What?
Ooh.
You don't deserve it in this particular
Yeah,
one.
thanks.
I deserve
Ouch.
to.
Whoa.
We're so used to being in the past. Nice, very nice.
So yeah, there you go. Grand Bes Din.
Yay!
You guys have a drink counter to guess. You have to play the game to figure out.
Mm.
But first and foremost, we have to ask, did Patches have a good day?
She had a great day.
Yay!
Whoa!
That wasn't an option, so everyone loses.
Yay! No, it was the head shake, Kate. I was like, oh no. What
The
happened?
Eternal Optimist, Aragorn, Trey Dog, and Lemon Eater benefit from your success.
Excellent. Ba-da-da.
So while we're waiting for the play the game to come in, what'd you guys learn?
I guess. I'm just going to jump in here. Sorry, guys. I didn't know if anyone was
Are you
going to talk.
actually
here.
ready?
Pretty eager to start.
No, I learned that Sister Flex. I think we know a lot of events that happened with and to and by Sister Flex, but connecting those into a coherent timeline when there's clearly like a large shift that happened in his life is like still a bit of a mystery. Like we were with him for a lot of his recent history, but there's a few kind of big question marks in his past that I think for me were like really underlined today. So I guess I learned that we don't know everything about Zister.
Liz?
Ditto what Scott said, but also I expected that Sophia would be kind of out of place and out of her element in the Grand Bes Din, but she actually ended up kind of thriving, and I think she could spend months there just talking to all of the knockers and finding out what they were doing and what they were struggling with. She was loving
I'm sure you can get this. Go ahead.
Go ahead, I'll wait.
I'll wait.
Kate.
Learned a ton about Zister. Big learn was that he has been working on his legacy, and Patch's creativity, desire to create has been rekindled. I feel like lately she's been so caught up in the now and the like accomplishing little tiny tasks that aren't as fulfilling as much as they may be like world saving. That I think now, like with this 6 months, she will have been creating. So yeah.
Well, that leads us right into our play of
Ooh.
the game. Braum is allowed to remove his baby badge and manages not to flirt with anyone inappropriate. Patches,
I know
who might have been a
you
Dian
made
if
these
she wanted it, receives a Grand Bes Din commission. Or Sophia's silver tongue is the rule of tech support number 3. Once someone else says that it should work, it does. You can vote
isn't
with
working.
0,
That's strange.
1,
Wait,
or
I can't
2
make it not work
now. So there's a drink counter.
Yeah.
Every time we made a roll.
Yeah,
Yep.
it really seemed, or every time we succeeded at a roll.
No, there was a roll
There was
that
a
you
fail?
didn't succeed at that we still got a drink for.
Yeah. All right, well, I guess we're going for it.
There were 10 drinks.
Yeah. We made 10 rolls. They were rolls that involved an attribute and ability. We didn't cast any cantrips to
It's
my
true, no
knowledge.
cantrips
It's
were
so-
cast. So we're going to say roll, because we had nothing else to go
Yeah.
by.
Yeah.
Final answer.
Yeah.
Yep.
Guys, vote 0, 1, or 2, not 3. Just
Yeah.
a quick PS.
There is no vote 3.
Yay!
I knew that it was going to be a trigger that would be easily done,
Right,
but
right.
like I didn't realize it was going to be.
Like,
Every roll.
That
roll the
easy?
dice, yeah.
So was it every roll or was it attribute ability? It was probably every roll.
It was every roll.
Probably. So yeah, if you misvoted by 1 because of 0, 1, 2, you can revote, and the last thing you vote should be what it counts.
Unless you're Ergwin, in which case they all count double. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
There's a way to stack it that way, but no.
I wish that it didn't default to 0,
Yeah, I
1,
know.
2.
That's weird, eh?
But I know what I can default to today, and that's congratulating.
Kate!
Because it turns out that it's Patches
Woo!
who won today's play of the game.
Good. Ergwin will be happy next session.
Because now you'll have the XP to spend.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
I mean-
drink trigger and
Mhm.
So that's
Play the
5
game
XP
for
for
you.
you, yo.
Yeah. Though now
awesome.
I'm wondering if I should buy something more related to today's session, so I'm going to leave the XP down there. But yeah.
No. The thing she creates and sculpts are her guns.
You know-
Yes, that's exactly what I wanted to spend it on, but
you know the crosshair. It's funny.
so good.
There are times where I've run
Also
sessions
max
where there's
out my
no
crafts.
rolling, and the players are like, "That's so cool. We didn't even roll any dice." And like, yeah, that's true. But at the same time, you have character sheets for a reason. It's to roll. It's to inject a little bit of randomness. And sometimes, if there's a session with no rolling, it's that there's no random.
I don't know, John. I feel like we've always kind of in our games ever since day 1 of Exalt Twitch back in the we've always like you said, we've kind of used dice rolling as a sense of to inject some randomness, but also to sort of try to, I think, reward actions based on strengths and like make riskier actions. But like you can still succeed at things you're bad at. You just have to get lucky, right? Like I think that's a really cool part of this system. Well, any of these systems. It's important. I don't think you encourage min-maxing necessarily in our characters so that we're just more human.
I will point out that
Gooch.
sorry. Oh boy.
It's there. Yes.
I will point out that it's not Yule yet.
No.
Right.
For you.
Good, we
The
don't
next
have to
game
think
will
of
be taking
17
place December
different
16th.
Good.
So not Yule. But you'll have time to catch up. I guarantee you that I'm not going to destroy anything in the meantime, but you'll want to give a chance to figure out what you guys have been doing up until that point.
Ah.
That's actually a
Hello.
really good question.
Vivactress.
Thank you for the
The
follow.
actress, maybe? I don't know.
Is that?
V.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't recognize the symbol.
Crystallizes is a knocker.
Oh! I should recognize that. I really don't
It's
recognize
right
like,
underneath
any
my
of them.
name. Right there.
Oh, there it is. Yay!
Eva, voice actress.
Ah.
Well,
Or Ava. Eva.
2 voice actors.
Hello.
Ugh.
It's pretty good. It's been a slice, man. Like that was pretty sweet today.
Yeah.
I thought the Grand Bes Din was really awesome.
Well, it kind of has to be, right?
Yeah, it's a good point.
But I
Good
did
point.
change a lot. I mean, there is an official description of the Grand Bes Din somewhere, I think, but I threw it out because fuck it.
It doesn't have half of Zister's creations in it.
Yeah, right?
What I will say, though, folks, is that we do have some streams coming up. So, Monday.
Indeed.
If you like Changeling the streaming, you'll hate Method Mondays because it's just totally. I'm just kidding. Yeah, no. Come on down Mondays with me and other special guests on my channel, Biff the Boss. We're playing Red Dead Redemption 2 in character, riding off into the sunset, maybe blowing up some hog shit again. You never know.
God.
It happened.
And what time?
5:30 Eastern.
So, Wednesday, for the past 3 weeks, I've been doing chrysalises.
What are you gonna do, man?
Done with chrysalises. Which means that I'll probably be playing a game. Maybe just like a simple talking about RPGs while playing something.
Ooh.
See what we've got going on around here. Maybe we can figure something out that'll be pretty cool. At least I'm hoping so.
Thursday, I hope to stream something. Details upcoming because now should be settled back at my computer and figuring out a new game to play. So details on the Twitter.
Yay.
So you finished God of War.
Finished the main quest of God of War. Game of the Year winner, God of War.
That's
And
Kratos'
boy.
best daddy.
Ears.
And are now, because it's going to be the last stream before I miss at least 1, but probably 2 weeks of Punchy. Yeah, it's going to be 2 weeks of Punchy. I'm just in denial. We're going to be hunting Valkyries. Yeah.
Yes, we got one already.
So you'll still be playing
over
God of
the
War?
map.
Yes.
Trying to destroy the
The
Valkyries.
Crosshair
Zaddy simulator.
roll assistance to play Smash on Wednesday. I mean, maybe. But
Yay.
maybe not. We'll see. If you guys were not there, if you guys missed it, on Friday, we did some fundraising. We have to thank you again. We raised $710 for children's hospitals
Freaking
by playing
incredible.
Smash Brothers. Thank you. Like, you guys are the best.
Yeah.
The best.
Yeah.
The best in?
Oh,
Grand Bes Din. You guys are fab. Thank you so much. It was awesome. You're awesome.
mm-hmm.
The game is pretty good, too.
Yeah.
That too.
Game's good. Game's
Yeah.
good. Yeah.
Good. Good folks. Good games.
This is what Aragorn just sent.
Oh, I know.
Boy.
She sent it to me, and I
Boy.
love it.
Boy.
Oh, wait. You got to take the cursor off it? No, bring it back. Take the cursor off.
Like a.
Because it's a gift.
Oh,
man.
I wanted
No,
it
it's
to
not a
start.
gift.
It's supposed to be a gift.
It's supposed to be a
That's
gift, but
fine.
it's
I'll show
not.
it to you after.
It's
Yeah.
not working.
That's fine.
Meow, meow.
Boy.
like-
Bowling.
Boy.
Eva, if you enjoy LARPs,
Nope.
LARPing, I highly recommend the LARPs web series. Yes,
Yeah.
we are biased because we were involved, but I think it's pretty good.
I was not involved in the creation of the first season. It was super fab, and I was very thrilled that I was skilled enough to be included on the second season. So,
If somebody
yeah.
could throw the link up in the chat, that would be swell.
But I do
Yes.
improv.
But I do improv.
Don't we all? In this context, I mean.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks, Luma. Bye.
Coldrake, I think
Sprawl.
I think we settled on Sprawl or of course Tarps.
Tarps the series is my
It's a
personal
tarp.
favorite.
Series about tarps. Anyway,
Actually, we have to
That's
update
super
that link now, although I think it redirects, so we're okay. Cool.
cool.
Oh, here's the GIF.
Woohoo.
Oh,
There you go.
So good.
It's that one.
It's so good.
So, folks,
so good.
not only am I super proud of everything that, like you guys helped to fundraise for that. It's great. We still got some stuff to pass on to you. We'll have news of that next Sunday, because on Sunday there will be, of course, right here.
So,
So 50.
Changeling.
Oh, and Saturday there might be a Story Saturday, maybe?
No, because Saturday we are busy all day.
as of 2 p.m.
So there will not be a story Saturday, unfortunately.
Just checking in.
Maybe there will. Oh, fuck.
For the story.
Thanks for tuning in, folks. Thanks again to She Who Knows 10,000 Things and Entropy's Disciple. It's good to see you. Captain Daff, if you're out there, up and to the right, folks. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye. See ya.
Inspiration by
Mwah.
creation.
Brom didn't fuck it.